Of course. And
Let's go.
and we are now live. Good evening.
Rizzler. Is you using the Rizzler voice box?
No, you're using the Sigma male voice box, Amber.
There is one called Chad, so
Is there one called Skibbity Toilet?
No, just Chad.
So anyway, welcome to TaleChasers. It is Friday.
Hello.
welcome to TaleChasers on Friday. I'm your host of today, Chad. And these are my Stargazer.
Hmm.
Who's who, Amber? Who's who?
That's Rizzler who just spoke. Then we have Farrah say something.
Something.
Thank you, Boomer. Um,
Mhm.
I'm sorry, I don't have any other names for my teammates.
Gabe, you
It's
can be
just going to be
Skibbity.
Skibbity. What?
Fucking brain rot, man.
Unfortunately so. Disregarding the huge amounts of brain rot that's going on in this very session right now, and returning to the brain rot of last week's session, wherein my party may or may not have met a doctor, because Tokas is very concerned for the well-being of his partner Jace. He figured it was time to get her to see a doctor, so...
I don't know about that.
He was very concerned about his parents-in-law.
That's true.
That too, yeah. But you know, with the baby coming and all, it's important to go for regular checkups.
Deep sigh.
Unfortunately, they forgot to bring the baby to the doctor, so
The baby's
whoopsie.
not born yet, you see, that's the problem.
Yeah, well, I mean, usually you go to the checkup before the baby is born. So
Well, you know how it is.
Couldn't bring it with. Welcome
Skibidi.
everyone to Gabe not knowing how pregnancies work.
Luckily, we're not going through one.
But fortunately, when Brandon is off the clock teaching, I'm the one who picks up the teaching mantle, and I teach you all how the fucking world works through epic fantasy role playing. Yippee! So, today's lesson: sexual education.
I think I'm fine.
We're going to ERP and D&D.
I think I'm
Stop.
okay not doing that, you know.
The
Oh,
ERP
man,
comes
dinner
later.
time. Goodbye.
That's the time? Oh shit.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, because there is a great disparity in the in like the gender split in this group. Some of you will have to go for same-sex partners. With that, I mean all of you.
I pick Gabe.
All of, not thank God.
What the
I've never
hell?
seen it, what the fuck?
Sorry, Gabe, you've already been picked. As per the
fine with it.
consent rules, you have to do it now.
I don't think that's consent rules at all.
I'm sorry, but it says right here that if you have been chosen, you must play.
I don't know about that. That doesn't sound like consent to me.
Who said it was your consent?
That's true.
Hold up.
This is a one-party consent state. So, I consent and that's enough.
As the ultimate arbiter of the world and all the people in it, I decree that we're going to have a little recap. Before the recap, though, quick announcement: we will have a session next week, the week after, but not starting on the 9th of August for at least 2 weeks, as we will be out of the air and in real-world times.
Ooh, no real world
Playing
session,
different.
no.
No, not of the Stargazers. No.
Nope.
We will be playing different adventures then, for a week straight. But until that time, let's focus on the here and now and getting out of here. And with here, I mean Arkhona, because who wants to live on this planet when you can be a space pirate? But before we are space pirates, we must first solve the issues of the common folk. And for that, I need someone to recap what happened last session. And if nobody does it within 3 seconds, I'm gonna fucking roll.
I'm gonna roll. I can attempt. I don't remember it very vividly.
I don't know. I sounded so scared of that.
I can attempt. So, I think we generally started off with Zarius, who had to talk with one of the Witchers. that that I met as I was captured because I was very stealthy. Like I don't get how I ever was caught. My rolls were amazing. We had a
I
little
mean,
bit of
your
a talk.
roll's probably good, but laying out on the middle of
It
the
was
road
not.
in
My
your
roll was garbage.
no, you also stank pretty bad.
Yeah, I also stank pretty bad. Although that I wouldn't like to not focus on that part. Anyway, we had a talk. I tried to not reveal too much, but he did find out eventually that there was at least one more person, likely two, because I also called one of the animals my friends. Um, but he found out some things about the people here. The Dragonborn lady went back into, or Dragonborn, the dragon armed lady, the Claymore, went back to the village. While Zarius gave 1/6's tinderbox to the Witcher, finding it that he was most likely the one that deserved it more than him. We switched back to the original party, where the party continued. Oh crap! Fuck me! Wait a moment.
Mark self-combusting.
Sorry, I had to sneeze. So, the party wanted to find out more about the disease and went on to questioning people. Now, I'll admit a little bit I zoned out because I was not too involved. But eventually they got the tip to talk to the lamplighter. I don't know if that's exactly what they were called, but they're the people that lit the lantern lighter.
Yeah, they are called
evening
lamplighter,
fall.
but for a moment I thought you were talking about the boys, and I was
Yeah,
like,
that's actually why I thought I was wrong, because that's what the lamplighter was called. They went to talk to the lamplighter to find out more about the situation, to see if anyone went out, to go essentially their very sleuth mode. Toka's taking the lead to find out how or what. Here they met a lovely little person that looked gorgeous, that was very pretty, I'd say. Who gave them a little bit more information about the church and its leadership. Specifically, that, let me actually open my notes because I do have that. Sorry. Specifically, that the leader of the church doesn't want the people here to even mention or worship the god that this church is dedicated to, which was odd. Uh, there was some talk about going to the church and some ways to do it. Eventually, the party came up with a plan to make a couple of people invisible so that they could sneak into the church behind the people that looked like they were more from here, which were Jace, Tokas, and Yogrim, character that they met that was gorgeous.
what?
Yeah, like I said before, they met a very pretty person. As we stood there, it was almost like we were expected. Not that we were very stealthily, as an individual in this white raven, like I want to say witch doctor, plague doctor, plague doctor's like mask, stood there to greet us, and that is where we left off. Now, please correct me if I missed anything big, but that is what I remember.
I think that's what
Is there
happened.
anything big, guys?
I mean,
I mean, you missed out the entire 2 hours that I was there for, but yeah.
yeah, I'll
What?
make a,
The traveling to the tree with
Yeah.
the
Oh yeah,
yeah.
no, I forgot. No, I remember.
because
Like,
I,
you went
I,
with the tree with Linz. Yeah, no, I'm sorry. I
Your,
completely forgot that part.
your recap, I was like, I don't remember any of this.
I wasn't there, you know, it
And
makes sense.
And I was there for at least 3 hours or 2.5 hours, and I don't remember
I
any
forgot the
of
ribbon
this.
tree. No, you're right.
Inconsequential.
No, I forgot the ribbon tree. You were right.
Very quick recap. We went back to find the tree that we stumbled upon while arriving at the village. Turns out that many red ribbons on its branches were actually parts of intestines and flesh taken from a dead halfling left at the trunk of the tree. The entire scene wasn't disturbed, no carrion vultures, no crawlers, no insects, or anything, which was kind of sus. And we started looking through the tree. With some good theology checks, we realized that this was a religious practice taken dialed to 11, and I'd say even 12, as someone inscribed prayers to some deep sea goddess in these intestines and then basically hung them up. high, and left the corpse here to sort of rot. Vittorio did a sketch of the guy. We sort of took a look around, realized that the area was indeed desecrated, but we decided not to touch it in case there was some cult operating now, and that would have arose in suspicion. Instead, Lawrence did a ritual to scry the past few hours of memories before the death of the halfling, which was killed by what looked like a kenku, or at least a creature with a crow's face or a beak that shed a bunch of dark feathers, one of which we managed to recuperate from the crime scene. A black, big feather, bigger than the one of normal crow, probably fitting for a medium-sized creature. So we're looking out for this crow guy. And we decided to leave. Then later on, we learned there are a bunch of these trees around Thornmire, festivity trees where halflings usually go and hang their prayers on little ribbons. So there might be other victims scattered to the trunks of the other trees, but we haven't had the time to find them. Instead, we went directly to the church.
Correct. I'm just going to. Well, it's not beautiful, but you know, it is life. Do, 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 do. Do, 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 do. Thank you very much for the recaps.
Can I quickly say it in chat? I love how well Amber uses music so much to the point that now anytime a DM in my other games don't use music, I feel so like I'm missing something. Like
Music is important. Helps to paint the picture.
I was literally just like looking at the music and what track I was like going to pick, and then you said it, and I was like, they know I haven't like I haven't picked the music.
Amber, I will also not lie. I pretty much guessed that you were looking for music while you were silent. So I mean, you're sort of right.
What a hack she is.
Always have been.
Now is the time that Amber reveals that she's actually Matt Mercer.
That would be very.
What if it's strange but true? How would you feel about that?
It would still be strange.
Oh, my bad. Didn't mean for it to be like that. Let me preload console. The lot of you step forward into Sunsong Hall. This place is large, not just large in size for a halfling, but large as a place in general for the size that this village is. There are far too many pews to seat these people. And despite the fact that the Sunsong Hall is not actually that old yet at all, it feels like it has seen better days. Its humongous stained glass scene of a happy sun rising and beautiful murals of the faithful have fallen from their glory days as they are now caked in grime and dust. The pews sit empty. They have not been used by anyone but the doctor's apprentices, who now pitter-patter through the hall, using some of those pews as makeshift tables or shelves to hold their equipment. They're ravenous, walking up and down the halls, ceases, however, when you open the door. And the light my clock said it's early sun. It was early sun, right? Like it's early sunrise.
I mean, it was just after we. This would be dusk, like just after.
Yeah,
dusk.
it was basically arrived in town after the tree. We slept until when live
Yeah,
started.
I was wondering that. I'm like wondering why it's 7.
Yeah, it's not shouldn't be. It should be maybe 7 p.m. not 7 a.m.
I think my clock have either not been running or it's.
It looks like it's been running. Actually, maybe it's been running while we were just talking.
Is it meant to be the 25th already?
I think it's supposed to be the 24th.
Yeah, because it's been a
Just gonna set
10
it
days
back
since
several
the
hours.
celebration. So yeah,
I'm just gonna set it back a couple of hours. There you go.
perfect.
As very well. In that case, it's not the sunrise that frames you, but rather the sunset.
Yeah, it shouldn't be. Yeah,
And the last streams of light filtering out beyond the hills over yonder. A tall, lanky figure turns to each of you, a telltale hooked beak protruding from their face. And a sort of pointed black cap extending from the back of their head, almost forming a crescent moon. Its silhouette.
It is a little bit early for new patients.
What was the last word?
It is a little bit early for new patients, he remarks.
Tokus does a small little bow and he waves his hands in front of him. No, we are. Turns around to Chase. Turns around to the man. We are here to pray.
You know me, always sick. Sorry.
Even across all of this distance, you can see his head tilt ever so much.
Interlopers, then, perhaps.
Did you call us interlopers?
I'm not a native, that's for sure. Ah, little shit town.
He waves his hands again. No, just praying to the Lin. We are here to pray.
But, of course, have a seat.
Where is he pointing?
He extends his hand in this like arching motion, almost like inviting you into this church, as though he is in a position to do that.
I imagine.
He stands all the way at the back at the altar, motioning for the dozens of pews that stretch out before you.
Okay, well, I will nod and look at the other people and nudge them to walk with me. As I do get to my seat, can I make maybe a perception check, maybe an investigation check, whichever you deem more fitting, or observation or forensics, actually, sorry, my bad. Take a look around the room and sort of... I know that it's set up like a hospital, kind of, you said. Are there beds in the main hall?
You don't see any beds.
So it looks like a normal church right now, but some of the pews are
It
used
looks
as
like-
tables.
Yeah, some of them have been like converted into like tables or shelves. I mean, there's a table with a cloth on it. That's about it. If this had to be equated to a hospital, this would not be like a recovery room, but more like an operating room.
I understand. Are the pews still normally aligned like a church, or have they been like moved to the side? Or moved around?
They're still normally aligned.
Okay, then I'd like to make a forensics check as I walk by to see if I can spot anything strange. I know these people are doing some medicine, some alchemy most likely, but maybe something I recognize that's worrisome, or some concoction that shouldn't be used for curing people.
Sure.
Right, I'll do just that. Oh, well, there you go.
Well,
Oh, that's a good start. Let's go.
Well.
Well, you see, the DC 25 check you succeeded on.
As you look around, you don't see any patients here. Tokens. You do smell and see evidence of a variety of medicinal herbs and tinctures. You can smell them. You're almost drowning in that scent of alcohol being used to wipe down surfaces, but beneath it, you put two and two together rather quickly. You smell decay and something acrid.
The smell of a corpse? Or is it more like the smell of rotten food or rotten something that isn't, that sweet pungent smell of a decaying body?
Yeah, the sweet pungent smell of a decaying body is hard to
miss.
hard to get rid of. You also note that each of the apprentices are fully clothed, from beaked mask to dark robes to gloved hands. They move
Sorry, go on.
rather. No, it's okay. As they move about and they adjust potions or set up reassemble like surgery tools, like they have a little table that seems to be set up for cleaning supplies and then drying them, and then they are reassembling surgery toolkits. You can see that the way that their fingers move very stiffly, almost like, I wouldn't say like puppets, but people who have a great difficulty with like fine motor manipulation.
I'd like to ask you for 2 consecutive checks. First of all, I'd like to make a witch sight when I look at these people. And at the main doctor as well, because if this guy is not a necromancer, then I'm gonna eat my toes, but...
So how close do you want to get to that?
Oh, well, I guess that's true. My witch sight isn't huge. If any one of the apprentices passes by me, then I'll take a side glance, see if they seem to be.
We're all sitting next to each other, right? Just asking.
Yeah, you're just a bunch of. Wait, I will give you. There's a map. I mean, we don't have to use it really, but.
I forgot I can't.
What?
I can't use witch sight because of concentration. I was gonna fumble.
Ooh.
3 tall men behind us.
You wanted to fumble the bag?
Fumble the bag, and then I'll rely on the second check, which I wanted to ask you if these look like actual doctors from Lizak. If there's a check I can make, maybe like a regional lore without proficiency, I guess, because I guess Lizak is part of the Bureau, but I've never been to Lizak. So it's like a
Lore
check.
humanoids is also fine.
Lore humanoids, well, works.
Could I mean, if it is regional, could I assist with lore regional?
No, because you don't have proficiency.
Yeah, I don't think it's regional because we're not from Lizak.
I'm from the Bureau, so.
Yes, I have a +5.
Oh shit! I forgot to do Nozarius.
Yeah.
No, I'm Jorgren. I'm from the Bureau. That's what I mean with lore regional.
Well, yeah, you could assist, but like, in what way are you going to assist? Like, is Tokas like chatting with you about?
No,
okay,
it's,
I imagine if
these
he isn't
people.
talking, then that makes no sense.
Oh hell no, yeah.
What I will do is let Bobby loose.
No, perfectly
Let's
balanced.
go, Bobby.
It is a natural 1. I have never been to Lizak.
You've never been to Leadsec, but it is not like you don't need a very high check to recognize the proper gear for someone who is a plague doctor or someone who hangs around diseased or infected towns. The Burag has quite a few of them, especially in the southwest. Places where you simply cannot go anymore because they are quarantined and people had to be either put down or like locked away.
That makes a lot of sense. Yeah, that sounds good. I'm really regretting not choosing a certain spell right now, but I guess this is a lesson for me to learn. Yeah. Then I'll help join the others, and we can sit down on one of the pew and start praying.
Remember, is there any like doors where Bobby could like fit under?
Doesn't he have a fat ass?
He does have a fat ass.
Fat ounce, Bombi.
He is still tiny. Like he's still a tiny boy.
Sure, you can try to squeeze.
I'd like to with these familiars the way I got it. Can I still see through his eyes within 100 feet?
Yeah.
And
Oh,
I'd like to basically like pray and then close my eyes. And as you see him close his eyes, those that are close to him can literally just see the eyes that he has overgrow with skin. Like literally like as if he
I
has
hate that.
nothing. It just overgrows with skin.
What the fuck?
As suddenly like Bobby becomes a lot more coordinated in his movement.
I wish I had a familiar I could use for real.
Like Mr. Radigan is there like, am I a fucking joke to you?
You are my
So
friend.
rude.
You're the only thing holding this party away from the BBG.
I am strong. Wait, I have a picture of Bobby for all of you so you know what he looks like.
Bombi.
Bobby is so cute.
This is Bombi.
Bombi is so cute.
Yeah.
He's gargantuan sized.
He stomps through. He's so big that people don't notice him because he's literally all over the place.
Yeah, true.
He's around. He's all encompassing.
Bobby. I even drew Bobby.
Now that I think about it, I have not used my 5 familiar since the start of the campaign.
That's not
Much.
true. You
Oh.
summoned Radigan.
Here,
Yeah,
look at
well,
this.
the spell I used it, but I haven't used my familiar since the
Where's my
day I
camera?
began this campaign.
Oh, Mark has a picture of for us.
I even drew Bobby. I am not a very great artist, but I did draw him.
Bombi!
This is Bobby. Look, I drew him. This is Bobby.
No, PTSD.
He,
Back to the
he looks
sewers
like
of
a
Astoria.
smooth brain.
Reminds me of the Venom crawlers.
What?
But I'm gonna have Bobby
What?
quietly like,
Chloe
move
did
about.
it too.
He's gonna try to squeeze his ass under a thing as I don't know if anyone can see Bobby, but Bobby does have like 2 like human eyes above where his normal eyes are right now.
I hate that so much. I imagine they just like go into like the little like sacks of like dark under his eyes that he has that just hang there like whoop.
Yeah.
It's tight in here. Double eyes. Okay. We're gonna stop with that. Was I describing any more scenes? I don't remember.
Nope. Well, not really. We stopped with us going to pray and then Bombi doing his 007 thing, but we haven't talked about the other 2 people in the back.
Were you going closer to this TaleChasers, or were you staying where you were?
Closer to what?
To the doctor.
I mean, I'm gonna go to where he beckoned us to go, so one of the pews, and sit down and pray. I'm not gonna walk up to him with the 5 feet and say hello. If I can open my eyes, turn dark, and which side him. But yeah, no, I'm big chilling here, praying, and I guess I'm keeping my ears open to pick up any things that might be said or any weird sounds. But I'll let the recon to the invisible people. I really wish I had Arcane Eye right now. That would be a great spell. Gotta think about buying some spells before I will leave for the place.
In my scouting amber, in my cough, I'm gonna grab Tokus's shoulder, like just grab it. As I'm coughing, like, poke me if there's anything I can't hear or see shit.
Blink, concern. He kind of like Tokus kind of like distances himself a little bit, with one eye open, as he hears Jorgrim fucking die on the spot. That goes back on praying.
What do you hide under these doors?
I hope Bombi doesn't die.
It's okay. It's part of the plan.
I was about to say, I mean, sure, if they want a nuke in their face,
Bombi!
I can always grow a new one.
Love that.
That's
My skin.
Bombi squeezed underneath the only door that is there. I'm gonna tell you, there's another door on the other side of the hallway. Like there's a door on the right hand side there, but there's no more. It's no more than like a literal storage space.
Yeah.
If he crawls all the way around and through the other door, he will end up in a dark hallway that leads to another door at the end.
Around. He's not a spider, but he does have a climbing speed. How does that work?
I mean, he can just crawl on the wall. He can't like properly hang on the ceiling or anything, but he can't just climb the walls.
He's,
You know,
he's going to like crawl the walls. He's
Long
very
they're
slow.
not completely smooth. He has no problem. Yeah, it's fine. You enter another building that was evidently there before or built at a different time than the cathedral, as it is made of a different material, and like the hallway has kind of like been bricked up against it to connect the two buildings. As Bombi is like crawling around, you see several doors, all of which lead into large rooms with more pews. It looks like they may have been like classrooms or something.
I'm just as quietly as I can. I lean over to Tokas, who I never let go of his shoulder. Like if you pulled away, he would have basically like held on and be pulled with.
Well, he's just like leaning away. It's not pulling
Yeah.
himself away, but he doesn't want to be close to you.
As he you'll notice Yogrim kind of like lean towards you, then just move his head like towards yours, but it's clear he has no indication where your ear is. He just leans close, just says, "Classrooms."
Fuck.
He's
so
fucking creepy.
I'll give him a tap on the shoulder to tell him that I understand, but I'm gonna keep an eye out to make sure that people aren't just watching us fucking go.
Yeah, he whispers.
Bombi has
this to
ears,
you,
right? He can hear
Yeah,
things.
he can
I
hear.
don't think...
Bombi can hear. Yeah, I
I
can't.
can't be
hear.
such fucking goated creature, honestly.
Yeah, I was just wondering like how he hears, but I don't care. Like what means
He
he
probably has
to
these
hear.
little. He probably has these little holes where his head is. Like he just has not like ear
Creepy.
scopes, but like these holes.
Ah, yes, human ear.
I
just
imagine this is within
there.
100 feet, because I can't get Bombi can't go further than that without me not being able to see.
Mm-hmm.
So imagine this is how far it goes, right?
Yeah, but that's while you're like near the edge of your vision or your hearing, you hear like a soft, I would say rather sorrowful singing coming from the classroom that is nearest to you.
Okay. As I hear that, I notice that I'm within the edge of my vision. You just suddenly hear Yorgrim like, ah, 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 and he sneezes very loudly. And I'm using this as flavor amber. I use a bonus action to remove Bobby, and another action to summon him back as he sneezes. And from like the guile of goop that's in his hand, Bobby just reforms.
Snotty.
I immediately move aside. I turn to Yorgrim and say, "Shh, it is prayer time."
You'll notice the skin kind of peel back from his eyes. He's like, no, it's fine. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I lean and say,
There was soft, sorrowful singing coming from from one of those classrooms.
Did you find anything else?
It didn't extend beyond my reach. I'd have to stand next to the door.
Blast. Alright.
I mean, I kind of presumed you guys chose these pews on the right-hand side.
yeah.
I didn't.
yeah,
I
the
wasn't
ones
sure,
that are
so.
closest. I imagine we did pick the ones that are closest.
Oh, there you go. I just put myself there.
It's just
Yeah,
I
good
am like I imagine it's like all the way up here just to get closest. But I'd have to like stand
I mean,
here.
Yeah, but like this is the side that had like the like
This fucking
storage
place
closet.
is gargantuan. What?
I mean, I told you it's way too big for like just these halflings.
Holy fuck! I thought it was smaller on the map.
Yeah, based on the size, I'd have to be chilling like here. Like this is where I'd have to be. Chilling.
No, left-hand side.
Oh, I'd have to be chilling here.
Correct.
That makes sense. Well, we just sit here, wait for the other guys to crawl around and do their stealth now.
But yeah, I'll pull back.
Nothing more unless we actively go in.
Okay.
I don't mind I don't mind killing some doctors, but I don't think that's the best idea immediately.
It's not. Let's wait for the others.
I already hear the gods judging me. It's like bells ringing in my ear.
I hear them all the time.
I'm assuming
be
all the
a known
doors
thing.
are all locked. Well, not locked, but at least closed. So us moving around stealthily helps to a certain extent. But I mean, doors fucking randomly deciding to open is a bit suspicious.
Oh, haunted.
It's the wind.
What was that? Must have been the wind.
Well, it depends on if they are focusing on something else, then they might not notice.
True.
I mean, you can whisper if we need a distraction.
I have a great distraction. I've got this thing called imaginary technique, hollow purple, that I can do to distract the guards.
Stop it.
I have a technique called die on the floor by a coughing fit.
It's huge.
Amber, is there any any like paperwork or notebooks or anything that are actually out on display at any of these, I want to say, stations?
There's plenty of paper lying around with these at these workstations.
Is there a workstation where currently no doctor is at?
No.
Hmm.
Both stations, like one end of the pews and one end of the pews. This one has more like medicinal tinctures. This one is like where they're working on the surgical equipment.
Remind me, the layout in terms of hallways or other paths is what exactly?
There's only a hallway to the right-hand side of the building where Vittorio's standing that doesn't lead anywhere but a storage closet. And there's one more hallway that goes off here on the back of the building.
There's definitely a trapdoor in the storage closet.
Where Bombi
Where
also
he
went
heard
into.
the fucking haunted singing. Can I?
Yeah, you heard Sad singing there.
Can I spelunky myself over that way and down that hall?
He said the S word.
Yeah, if you want, you can open the door and go into it.
Oh no, I was going down the corridor. I wasn't opening any doors. Whoa.
I mean, there's the corridor's behind the door.
Yeah, there's been 2 doors.
Oh, I'm with
This
you.
was like not a part of the building. Like this corridor was added later.
Well, can I go up to? How do I do this? I'll walk up to the door. Hum. I just feel like it's gonna be so fucking bait that a door just randomly opens, even if it is like a couple of inches wide. How am I gonna slip past this fucking door? And I can't see past
So you
it.
make sure that people don't notice it.
Yeah, you gotta ask for a distraction.
How?
Well, like I said, I'm gonna die on the floor.
Oh, huge. Please don't die on the floor.
Massive. Okay, I'm gonna go.
I mean, if I'm
behind these
asked.
two. I'm gonna go behind these two that are sat at the pew, and I'm gonna go. Oi, listen. I need to get into that door on the left, but I'm gonna need a distraction of some sort. Give me like 30 seconds, and then get going.
I nod.
Oh, way too many ideas for a distraction. Yeah, Tokus nods as well.
And I make my way over to the door, giving them the 30-second buffer.
Hey. I look at Tokas.
You're me.
Blink.
Distraction. Do not pay attention.
Oh, or either or. Shrugs.
God damn, you should take that lead. Fine, I'll do it.
And I'll like move over here. You see me clench my fist a bit, close my eyes, almost like I'm doing a prayer.
Yeah.
And as I'm do that, I'm going to fall on the floor, cough like a motherfucker. It's like,
Oh no.
And I don't know if I can sort of subtly cast it, but I'd like to cast prestidigitation to soil my pants.
Oh, nice.
In the room full
Jesus
of plague
fucking Christ.
doctors.
I don't know if I can do it like sneakily though, because he would.
I
not,
want
like,
to
do it
shit
open.
myself. If you want, I'll let you cast command shit yourself, on yourself.
Sure, I just whisper command shit.
You just say shit. and
Was
that's it.
that serious? I do it. Don't bluff me. I will do it.
Sure, you can do that.
Shit yourself. No.
Shit
It's like,
yourself.
no, I'll fall on the floor, and you just see like a puddle like start to come around. It's like
Focus fucking blinks.
he's jittering as he's on the floor.
He looks at Jace, slightly panicked. Is this even a distraction anymore? He thinks. As I guess I'm gonna walk up to him or nearby and kneel down and say, Jorgrim, are you okay? What did you say?
And he said gonorrhea.
Oh my god.
I have a very good diagnosis skill. I'm pretty sure like I can.
Gonorrhea,
Focus looks around to the doctors like confused.
No, I haven't gotten a chance to respond yet. But
Yeah,
that's
it's okay.
Yes, Vittorio.
But
I thought you were saying something.
no, that's not important. It's
Fucking gonorrhea, man.
And I should like to take my turn as well.
Yeah, go for it.
Let me just quickly tie something up.
Yeah.
So guys, you like hurriedly move over towards Yogrim. And perhaps you just didn't hear the click-clacking of boots on the ground, or perhaps there never was at all, but there is the soft rustle of cloth as a tall figure now leans over Yogrim.
I mean, Tokus
This
is
up
saying,
close with him, Tokas.
Yeah.
That is a very strange looking mask.
Do I recognize it? I know we dealt with moon-shaped things before, but maybe this is specifically something that I've heard or seen before. Like the shape of the mask.
I'm going to say no, you wouldn't recognize it.
Okay. Yeah. He's gonna walk up closer, still stays somewhat away from Jorgrim because he doesn't want to catch gonorrhea himself. He looks up.
Yeah, you smell the shit.
Yeah.
Although technically that's Bobby, because Bobby's actually smells
Oh,
like
yeah,
shit.
what the fuck? But yeah, he kind of looks down at Jorgrim, worried, and he looks up at the doctor. Do you have gonorrhea medicine?
That's
Like
not
they're
what
about to
gonorrhea
explode.
is.
Oh, is that the arm he has? Excuse me?
I'm sorry.
Sorry, is that what we see?
Right, what the
That is
fuck?
one hell of a suspicious arm. But I'm not judging him. My eyes are only on this door to see if Vincent goes in.
Indeed, you see a spindly, long arm protrude forth from his long robes as he reaches down and begins to inspect Yogrim.
As he's distracted by that, I will witch sight him now that I'm here and I know this fucking guy is a demon.
Something tells you that's not a mask, brother.
Yeah, same.
Yeah.
I feel like it's just his face, the rest is just
Yeah,
fucking
make a
clothing.
witch side check.
Yeah, I will.
Vincent, I can't keep acting like I've gonorrhea. Go in.
Oh no, I am. I'm just waiting for these guys to do it. I'm just assuming I would have done so.
Oh, okay.
Do I want to do this?
Yeah, do you?
You know, you could not second guess my decisions, Ferris. It would fill me with a lot more confidence.
I mean, aren't you still concentrated on 3 more people's?
That's true. I keep forgetting. Thank you for Mark.
Yeah.
Yeah, you
That's
know.
why Ferris said it. Gabe, that's why Ferris said it.
Yeah, maybe the latter
Say
would be
you
more
don't want to do it.
helpful.
then.
No, well, now that I'm reminded, I'm think I'm gonna not do that.
I'll spelunky my way into the door.
So you do.
Nice.
Do I see it
should
open
do
and
the
closed?
same.
Yeah, in the distance you see the door open and close. I need those skulking checks from those guys.
Oh yes, Capitan.
I was skulking around, minding the business.
I'm gonna. Actually, no. It's already at advantage, right?
Because you're hidden, I think. Yeah.
No, well, we're invisible.
Invisible.
Yeah.
Normally
So
that
you,
just allows stealth check.
well, I think you count as obscured or heavily obscured, which technically grants you advantage.
I don't know the Amber's. I have no.
Yeah, it's
Weird ass rules.
it's
Just roll, please.
I was dancing around. It's kind of the opposite. You roll straight, but people have disadvantage on perception checks to spot you.
Damn, Victoria's stealthier than I am? Fucking no.
No, them. He's getting you.
The doctor's hooked beak mask lifts up for but a single moment
Oh no.
when the door opens, but then it can't back down to you, Yogrim.
What did she mean by that?
Bro's about to get cooked.
Look at him. He's like, as I've noticed the door closed, like, oh, wait a minute. I feel a lot better. I think I just shit myself.
Yogrim, his hand, like huge as it is, comes to rest upon your forehead. It is warm, despite its near skeletal appearance.
I'm okay. I'm okay. Nothing more than.
I certainly believe that you are very sick.
Look at him like, no, I'm fine.
Togus kind of looks down at Yorgrim. I mean, it's not the first time you've shit yourself in public, but you gave me a scare for a moment.
Sometimes happens. You know, diarrhea, drinking bad water happens.
Yeah, well, I wish we get better water supplies, but it is what it is.
I'm somewhat of a doctor myself. Do you have some clean water? That would help.
This fucking guy.
Oh. But my dear interloper, my eyes see what yours do not.
What?
Unseen miasmas that pervade the air, foul humors that creep in your lungs.
Oh shit. Bro, so your mutations. It's like, I'm not talking about your diary, I'm talking about your 5 dark powers, buddy.
Not there's use of the word interloper, you know, just saying.
He's using that very freely.
Excuse you, my dark power is not my lowest stat.
I think for the sake of your health and the safety of your companions, You should allow me to examine you and to purge the malevolent humors that have taken root within your body.
Huh.
He's talking about stinky poopy baby that he has in his back.
I stand up and I just hold my hand out. And like,
Nah, don't worry, I'll be fine. Look, I'm extensive on the knowledge of diseases, studied them for a long time. I don't transmit shit. It's all good. I'll be fine. My companions, they'll be fine.
I mean, it is still disgusting, but we've been
Listen.
hanging out for a while. I'm fine.
Thank you for your concern, though. Very, very good of you. Feels very genuine, too.
The doctor turns to you, Tokas.
Yep. Let me
His
make-
mask finally not being like in 3/4 or only like profile view to you, but the concavities of darkness that are the sockets within the mask turn to you instead, and you see behind them eyes shimmering.
I know that's a lie. I know this fucking undead just put 2 eye bulbs in his fucking face.
You ought to be more careful.
Togus looks up at the doctor and then at Eurogrim and then back at the doctor again. He nods fervently a few times. Yes, we shall be more careful. Thank you for the attention and the care. May I know your name? Is that a thing I can ask? He kind of looks around all the other doctors.
I am the doctor.
Oh no, it's John Smith.
I've got a TARDIS.
oh wait, no, Sard it.
You just hear in the background. Yeah, Tokus looks down and nods again. Thank you, doctor, for helping my friend. He does tend to have these accidents every now and then. But we'll be fine. How's work going around here? It's been a while, and people wonder if there's any hope, maybe for like a cure or something. I mean, we've been praying to the lean a lot, but no cure in sight yet. But I do know that like you people of science that you have like a pretty big role in this, right? I mean, in developing it, like a cure.
He looks you over, Tokas. And then tilts his head again, ever so slightly.
You would be correct in assuming that I am in charge. Rest assured that we are working on a cure, and that our progress is steady. Soon enough, this town will see the light of the sun again.
Oh, that'd be lovely. I miss seeing the sunlight. It was like really, really nice. I love to take sun baths. It's kind of like when you sit on the hill and you just do your things, but like under a tree that felt really nice. I miss them a lot. It's kind of sucks that you have to stay in home all day. Kind of screws you to sleep schedule as well. But did people find out what it is? Is it like a disease? Is it like an aftermath of the first outbreak, or is it something new? Like where did it come from? Anything?
It is difficult to say at this stage.
That is a pity, I suppose. But thank you a lot for trying. We really appreciate the effort.
Doctor, before we take our leave, may I ask you, do you have an isolated sample of the pathogen? As one doctor to another.
Douglas looks at Yorgrim. Yorgrim, that's dangerous, don't you think? I'm sorry, he's just like a medicine freak. You know, this whole thing that happened to him is just like a self-experiment kind of thing. He managed to contain it, but I keep saying that he's way too reckless.
You'll do well not to experiment with things that you cannot understand and that you may not understand.
See, what are the details? It's a foolish plan.
You'll see he looks genuinely disappointed, where it's just like his facial expression sours. Like,
No, your blame.
Fine. Thought it was doctors working together, but no, we all want to strike with the honor ourselves. I get it. Because I've gonorrhea. That's probably why. Well, I think our times here is done, isn't it?
It is merely a secret of the trade.
I
One
am trained.
doctor to another.
Fine. I'd like to take a look at your notes after, though. If that's okay.
My notes are all up in here. It says, and he turns one of his large bony fingers to his head and prods it against his temple.
Oh, he's a brain freak.
So, because as he says this, you can definitely notice that Yogrim looks at this guy and he just says,
Good to know.
Damn, he's
So
got
I
him
will
to...
be taking a look at your notes.
Yeah, but I mean, yeah, yes, it's a safest place to have them, you know, and never misplace them or lose them. That's very, very smart thing to do.
No one could copy them.
I mean, I guess that's sort of like a bad thing, really. But at least you always have them all well organized in your noggin, and yeah, that sounds pretty good. I guess when you're such a skilled doctor, you kind of comes with the job. I imagine.
Well, I think our times here is good, isn't it?
Somewhat. I mean, I did barely get any prayers to the lean through. You just started kind of shitting yourself in the middle of the room, but
No need to point that out again.
sorry. Yeah. Maybe we could get you cleaned up and return. It turns
I'll
out.
come back in like an hour.
Is there a
Right?
bath?
We'll come back in an hour.
No bathroom. Oh, no bathrooms. Never mind. Yeah, of course. It just helps Yorgrim up reluctantly. And yeah, I guess we can go out. As Tukas will sort of help him walk out, but still a little bit hesitant to fucking touch this man.
You should be.
Understandable,
The
really.
moment you touch him, you kind of feel his like literal skin wriggling.
Okay, thank you. I'm all right.
So as you guys leave, it is Vincent and Vittorio sneaking through the hallway.
Yeah.
You're standing in front of a door now at the end of the hallway.
Do we hear the singing?
Give me an observation check. If I turn those back on.
Bippity bop. Observation. Where are you? You're over here.
Whoever's playing Lawrence, he is also there. White said refer to the pie chart, not to the Lawrence chart.
Yes, of course. The Lawrence chart.
The pie chart of religion.
Damn, that's
Does it belong to the Star Child? No, burn it.
completely average.
I was walking around I mean, not for you, let's be honest.
Well,
You hear a soft, muffled sound behind the doors. The door.
Well, since I don't actually see Vincent, I'm like, very, very quietly, it's like, yeah, you're ready to go inside, Vincent.
Well, I guess. Can you hear anything?
Oh.
Is there a keyhole that I could perhaps peer through?
Yeah, there is a keyhole.
May I attempt to peer into thine keyhole?
Go ahead. Observation of disadvantage.
Yes, boss man. Which keyboard shortcut is it for disadvantage?
Control.
Control.
Which is funny that you said that. Nice.
Nice. 16.
You peer through the keyhole and you see beyond that a hallway with all these doors leading to different rooms, but these doorways don't have doors in them. And you can, in fact, hear soft, mournful singing.
Alright, so just to get that in my head, so it's another long corridor
Yep.
with archways that don't have doors on them? Like they're
Yeah.
like... Okay, cool.
Either they don't have doors on them or their doors are like opening inwards because you don't see any doors.
Because you can't see them, right, okay. Alright. And I don't see, like, silhouettes of anyone?
No.
Just hear the sound of singing. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Of a single
Alright.
person.
I'll, kind of punch back up and say,
Well, it doesn't seem to be anyone through the door. It's like another corridor with loads of open doorways. We should be fine.
Now let's open the door as quietly as we can.
Okay.
and I shall do just that. I shall attempt to open this door as quietly as I can.
You may do so.
Very well. How long is this corridor that we now step into?
Another 100 feet.
And can I tell how many, like, doorways there are now on the left and the right?
Like 4.
Like 2 on either side type thing?
Mm-hmm.
Well, since we can't see each other, we should probably stick back to back. I'll put my hand on your shoulder.
Good idea.
I'll put my hand over his shoulder, and then I guess, I don't know, should we just go to the first one and start, like, looking around the corners of them?
Yeah, I think that is an excellent choice.
We shall go to the first one on the left.
You immediately find the source
Oh, damn.
Damn.
of the crying.
Damn, I'm good. What do we see, oh precious DM?
You see a small room. One that is not all too unfamiliar to your to your players. As there lies a classroom. Once a place of, I don't want to call it biblical because it's not a Bible, but you know, of theological learning and of music making. It now seems desolate as the rest of the churches. You see wooden pews that have been worn smooth by countless of children hands and knees, all still arranged in neat rows, facing a raised dais, flanked by an old weathered blackboard. Its surface is still a mosaic of faded chalk scribbles and lessons that were once taught here. The stained glass windows do not cast any light except that of the lamps that have been lit by the lamplighter, but they depict scenes of different saints and different deeds performed in the name of Darlene. But even those colors seem dim now. Perhaps it is the mournful song of the sole person within this room that paints it in such a desolate light. Their music, supported by a small flute. In regular intervals, bounces off of the walls that still have the remnants of instructional posters with simple prayers and notes for music hanging on them. Even here, there is the acrid smell of medicinal herbs and disinfectants, although far less present than in the rest of the church. There's a person here. A halfling who is singing that sad song with an equally saddened and bittered expression upon their face. Every now and again, the singing stops, and the occasional notes on the flute stop too, and they reach for like a little paper on their desk where they scroll a couple of notes before they start again, right at the beginning.
So they're like composing.
Looks like.
Okay, well, halflings can't really know we're here either, but... Now, what do you think? Do you reckon we look at the rest of the rooms first, and then back, or...? I mean, the classroom's probably maybe a good place to have a look at things, but it seems musical mainly, rather than research purpose.
Yeah, well, I mean, we could take a look at the other rooms first. It would be nice to see the face of this person, though, properly.
That is true. Do you reckon we can do it without being noticed? I mean, we're invisible, I suppose.
We're invisible. We're skulking. They're playing music.
Yeah, you're right.
You know, we don't have to be like up in their face, but we're just, you know, in front of them. Because I assume, based on the description, they have their back towards us, right?
Yeah, I think so. Sounds like it.
A look at Amber.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, why not? Let's try and skulkingly maneuver around, we can at least get a look at their face before we check out the other rooms.
Sure.
Tippy tap.
They have a slightly sunken face. Like they don't have the roundness that most halflings have in their face. Brown of hair, wistfully green of eye. They look like many others in the village. A halfling, albeit a sad one.
This is where we need Zarius to recognize the fucking tune it's playing.
Amber, can I make some kind of intelligence check to try and keep the their face in my head, so that once we're out of here I can try to sketch it? Or would you rather me make that check later instead?
Yeah, you can make it later, it's no problem.
Okay. I'll just make a note of it.
Let's go to the other rooms then, I guess.
Yeah. Slowly but methodically.
Work our way around. See if there's anything suspicious. We'll go to the next room on the left.
It is another classroom, although devoid of any people.
Has it got like sprawled out books or scrolls or left notes on the blackboard, etc., etc.?
No books of anyone. No children who left their books behind, but the lessons that appear to have been taught here aren't halfway.
Well.
Oh well.
How problematic.
But you know, the motif of a sun has been drawn on the board a couple of times.
I'm representing Darlene, so at least we know that's...
I'm sure there was like one little rascal who used a different type of like chalk, so that when the teacher like tried to get rid of it, it was just left. It was just a penis there. Yeah.
Of course.
Yeah. These rascals.
Of course, halfling pranksters.
Yeah, I mean Tokas is such a prankster, so you know it's known.
It
Oopsie.
was Jace. That penis has been there for 40 years.
Oopsie, it dropped invisibility while you're in front of the doctors. Oh.
How could you?
I mean,
Traitor!
Oh, just a prank.
Of course.
Then I pull him off the doctor into a snail, put him in my pocket, and then we kidnap him and fly away.
And then what?
We just ask him a bunch of questions, you know.
Okay.
What a strange thing to say and do.
Why do you have to turn him into a snail for that?
I don't think he was gonna come willingly, you know. That's the problem. Thinking about it, high-level wizards are literally like fucking fickle fake creatures. They blast your door open, turn you into a snail, put you in their pockets, and they run away.
Damn, that's crazy.
Oh, Master, is that you?
Yeah. I cast a clock.
Okay. So, teeth, yeah. Oh, I guess we checked the next room.
Yeah, we'll go to the ones on the right. Are we going to find more of the same?
So out of the 3 rooms, or the 4 rooms,
Yeah.
3 are still regular classrooms, you know, 1 having been, one still being in use. But the last one is a little bit more grim. Rather than a door, these like large room dividers have been set up to kind of like block the entrance from the rest of the classroom. Beyond them.
Oh, sorry.
Yes. No, go ahead.
I was gonna say, man, my brain's really slow today. Could you describe that again?
Instead of there being a door or you immediately walking into a classroom, there's just these big like room dividers with like white linen, strung up between them to kind of like block the room off.
That's what they're putting the box.
Right. Okay. I see. I'm with you.
I'm so happy, like, I have my little piece of cloth in front of my mouth. I'm sure it's gonna help a lot,
Sorry, the piece of cloth is not invisible, so that was just hanging.
Oh, yeah, of course.
What do you do?
Suppose the dividing piece of cloth is the most intriguing part here.
A little piece of cloth, just helping out.
Yeah, we we should have a look in there.
Very well. You move around the room divider, and it is evident that this room was once a classroom, but it has been repurposed.
Not again.
Wooden pews and like small little children desks have all been like shoveled up against the walls and replaced with an operating table.
Oh, fuck.
Which has been covered in a rough, stained linen. The chalkboard here doesn't have the symbol of the sun or little halfling scriptures, but it is a record of hastily sketched anatomical diagrams. Muscles, bones, organs, starkly painted in white on black slate. There's a strong smell of alcohol here, mixed with the metallic tang of old blood and that sweet scent of rot. Yes, Vittorio?
I was going to say that, Vittorio... Well, first making sure that, there's actually only us in here, living at least.
See, undead don't count as living, so you're kind of cooked now.
That is true.
That's rough, buddy.
That is rough. But yeah, since I can't see any other person here, I will take out my journal, and I would like to copy literally everything on that chalkboard to the best of my ability.
Go ahead and make me that check.
I'll spend an inspiration on this. Yeah, I think that's important. I got my half proficiency, so that's +2. Dex or, well, what do you want?
Make it intelligence.
Ooh. Okay. That's rough.
You should have 14 intelligence.
No, 14 wisdom.
You can do it. I believe in you.
It is this.
Well, there you go.
Oh,
So okay, yeah. I guess I was really good at that.
Let's go.
Oh my god,
22.
so rough. Oh my god, so terrible, Ferris. What the hell?
Well,
worst possible result.
It's the worst possible result, I know. I'm usually not that great at intelligence stuff, but hey.
Okay,
Hey, good to know, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just writing down the saves you're bad at. Don't worry about it.
Of course. It's okay, I know how to deal with Toka. Anyway.
Yeah, try it right now.
You become transfixed with sketching these diagrams. And I'll keep you busy for a little while,
Yeah.
even if drawing it kind of nauseates you.
Interesting.
Are you saying that it's got kind of a similar feeling as to what I felt?
That's great. As I'm doing this, I'll just be like, maybe see if there's anything else left around here, or well, it doesn't smell that great. There might actually be a body on the table.
All right, I'll reluctantly have a look around.
And I shall do just that. I shall scour this place for bodies, pieces of bodies, sketches, carryable notes of research, item or symbolism from people that might have left belongings, like when you strip a corpse some stuff before surgery.
For forensics.
Oh, yes, I am amazing at this. So good, so good.
Damn, are you sitting on any inspiration?
No, but I do have a fate, so...
That is fair.
That's fair enough.
I shall burn fate.
Take
Oh.
my
You'd like to
inspiration.
burn?
That
Damn.
Burn
Wait,
fate.
wait,
That's
no, that's not what I meant.
He cooked himself.
That's not what I meant.
I give you an inspiration.
No.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
Gave you an inspiration for this as well, so...
Yeah, so advantage.
Yeah.
Oh!
Oh, that's pretty good.
Huge!
Nice.
good.
We've done it, guys. By burning fate.
No, no.
Very good.
Oh, he said it again.
Finally.
He got cooked again.
Amber grabbing my fate like, finally, it was the last one to add to my collection.
Oh no.
Vincent, there is a lot in this room.
Fuck, I'm ready.
And it would have been a lot to pick through and a lot to overwhelm you as well, but you managed to scour through the heaps of things. There are medical instruments strewn about all over the place. Not like, oh, they're scattered on the floor and stuff. They have been placed neatly, but they are all over. Some of them are rudimentary. You'd recognize them almost as like hacksaws and scalpels, so like knives and swords and stuff. But there's also things that look disturbingly advanced.
What does she mean by that?
I'm trying to think if you would have ever seen this. There's like one device that looks like it has a whole bunch of like gears. And it has like a toothy mole all around its outside. And it's can you just make me actually you're making an advantage, like a forensics check. You are making you're putting together like visual clues. It looks like all these little gears would allow you to make this device like spin, to make all the like toothy moles go and follow almost like a track, looping around and around very quickly. You're looking at a chainsaw.
Holy fuck!
A very small one, mind you.
Chain
this is
knife.
like
Is this
this
a
is like a
chain knife?
This is like a small chainsaw.
Well, since I can piece together what it does, I mean, personally, I see no personal use for it, but I imagine that either Lawrence or Tokas will be able to identify this a bit better than I will, so I shall, put that in my satchel. Yoink.
Oh, day.
You also see glass jars. Some of them have like plants in them, so probably like herbs and what smells like alcohol, so tinctures. Okay, yeah, whatever. Vittorio does herbalism shit. But others have also have like stranger things within them. Like on closer inspection, they look almost like sea creatures.
Oh, brother.
Oh, brother, take those. 100%.
Like,
But you are like really far from the ocean. Like you're pretty sure you're looking at like octopi. Like I don't know if Vincent's ever even seen an octopus. I guess yeah, I guess he's seen an octopus.
Sure, I mean, I've been on a boat before, I've seen an octopus.
Yeah, you've seen an octopus. Yeah, these look like octopi in like jars.
Like small ones, or like big ones
Yeah,
that have
like-
been fucking slammed into a small one?
I mean, for an octopus, they are like a normal size.
Oh, okay, so a decently sized octopus that's been crammed
Yeah,
into
you
a
could
jar.
like you could wear one like a hat. I don't know why I want to use that as like a frame of reference for size, but like you could wear one like a hat, I guess. Some of the bigger ones. There's also like little ones who've been stuffed into jars together. All of
I'll
these are not living.
Well, it's a sample for Tokas. I will take one of the carryable ones.
All right, you take a jar. Something squiggle inside of it.
Oh,
Maybe
no.
they weren't dead after all.
Good God.
There is a corner that has like a little wash basin, you know. A lot of washing has taken place here, evidently, you know. Its surface is basically stained with many different layers of like blood and whatnot. Soiled rags have been put into a hamper in the corner. There's a cross. Not a cross. Damn. Oh! Why do I want to call religious iconography a cross? There's a sun hanging on the wall. The symbol of Darlene with the little like smiley face. You know, that's her. What the happy girl is she is judging over all of this. Basically, a silent witness and a judge to the situations that took place here. Whoopsie. On top of that, there are some items here that have all also been meticulously placed aside on a child's desk near the door. Lockets, signet rings, pocket watches. A tattered leather journal that has the initials JH engraved upon it.
Yep, they'll scoop all of that shit up.
Is yours. The pocket watch is very pretty. It's not magical, but it does have a very ornate casing. The front has been completely engraved in very delicate floral patterns, and on the inside, on the basically like the lip, it reads, "Time is precious."
Oh.
But the clock, you note, no longer ticks. It is frozen at 6:34.
All this down.
34 or 44?
34.
34.
Okay. Alright, I've got all that written down. Alright, so, no remnant kind of like research notes or anything like that, just kind of a lot of very calculated and OCD kind of tools that have been re-prepped and repurposed and sterilized again and ready for the next use, I'm assuming.
Yes. Although, with your forensics check, you can tell it has been a little while since this place has seen use. The blood is very much dried up and darkened.
Okay. Interesting. So they're operating on shit, and they have some weird octopuses. And I shall flick through this journal when we actually have safety as our surrounding.
What about your goggles?
Yeah, I suppose I could see if it leads me to believe that maybe no one's been in here, but sure, as a last thing that I will do, I will bring down my glasses and have a look at the room for the past 30 minutes.
Yeah, you will not find anyone.
Yeah.
Nobody's been here for a while.
I'll left them back over my head. Although I suppose if I want to nerf myself, I shouldn't be able to use those because I can't see them, right? Because it's invisible. So I technically can't use them, can I?
I mean, if it's a magic item, does it truly matter if you can see the glasses, if you can see the thing in front of you? I don't think you have to see glasses to be able to see through them. It's not like people look at their
I meant as in the
know.
lens. I was wondering if it was the lens that allowed me to see into the past, and if I can't see the lens, then therefore I can't see the past.
I don't know if just because magic can't be seen doesn't work.
I suppose that's true.
Yeah, I was supposed to say, like, it kind of overlays something on top of your vision, I guess.
That's true. Don't have to nerf myself. Let's go. All right.
Don't
Well,
have to
I'm
nerf
pretty happy
yourself.
with my little checking and
Yep.
my researching.
Very good.
I'll go back to
Victorio,
I've-
it takes you only snap out of it the moment like Vincent like touches you and talks to you.
Yeah,
I'll walk up and kind of like, well, I don't know where he is, so I'll just kind of go to near where the board is, and I'll be like,
You hear like soft scribbling.
yeah.
I think I've scoured this place. I found some weird shit and a journal. It might have some important stuff. I think we're good.
Hmm?
Oh, I was just saying, I think we're good to go. Do you have any idea what any of this is?
And he like, I suppose he would be pointing at the board, but he can't see shit.
Yeah. Vidor like blinks, which well you can't see, but hey, he blinks and he's like,
Neither can you, so.
yeah, true. He blinks and he's like, yeah, I think I have everything. That was weird. Right. We can talk about that once we're out of here.
Yeah, this place is creeping me the fuck out. And quite frankly, I don't want to end up on that table being opened up by some weird mechanical knife.
Well, let's try and see if there's another way out of here. We're gonna have to go out the same way we came in.
Oh shit, I didn't even think about that. Fuck. There must be a window or something, maybe.
Prefer looking.
Alright, let's look for alternative exits.
There is another door
Oh,
at the end of the hallway.
Nice.
I'll say no more.
Say no more, brother. We're heading over.
Get ready for the 3v final boss.
Yeah. I'm just like,
It's a bit of a different door than the other ones you've run into so far.
How so, Wanderer Stone?
The other doors are like thick, heavy wood, like inlaid with metal. These are the kind of doors that you would use like for an outdoors door. This one is a simple wooden door, like you would have on the inside of a building. It doesn't have a keyhole either.
Can we hear anything behind the door?
Observation.
I will assist if I'm allowed.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Thanks for the assistance.
It is no problem.
You hear the faintest bit of like scuffling somewhere. Not close to the door, but somewhere beyond it.
You open the door. It's fucking Scylla.
I don't think this is a way out, but I can hear some sort of I don't know, scuffling or something going on. We should proceed with caution.
Be real careful and quiet.
Okay, you first, big guy.
I'll tap him on the shoulder.
You said it didn't have a keyhole, but does it have like a handle at least?
Yeah.
I will very carefully try the handle.
FYI, this is a very short door.
Oh, though, halfling size?
Yeah. I mean, the other door was also like a large door, but also the door handle was like a halfling.
On your
a
knees,
halfling
Vittorio.
had, basically.
Ugh.
It's a trap. He's gonna make you prone so the person next to the door can stab you.
Beep. We'll have to like, I guess, hunch down. Am I able to carefully and slowly open the door?
Yeah, you can.
Guess we try and slide inside.
You slide into a home.
Oh shit.
A modest one. There is little warmth inside of this one, though. Stone floors, wooden beams overhead. A small sitting room down a very short hallway in front of you, where a hearth is crackling. Flickering lights casting upon the furniture inside. There's a wooden rocking chair there next to the hearth, draped with what is probably a hand-knitted blanket, knowing the halflings. Where a person is seated. The chair softly scuffling about as it rocks back and forth. It's a woman.
Yeah, I figured as much. We may or may not have accidentally entered the adjoining house where the priestess lives.
She has like cropped short, a little bit mussy brown hair and light colored eyes. You can't tell exactly what shade. And she has these little kind of semi-rounded ears that poke out from her hair. She is reading a book in her rocking chair. She doesn't appear to have noticed that the door opened.
That's good. I'm gonna like reach behind me and like give Vincent a tap and then try and start backing up.
I shall do just that.
I'm not gonna close the door fully. And then you know, in a hushed tone, as we backed up, be like, we could maybe try and, you know, through like the front door of her house. It's probably that, or through the church.
I mean, how obvious is it going to be to go through the front door of a house?
I don't know. I don't know if there's any guards around or anything.
I mean, more so for her realizing that her front door's open, you know?
Oh, yeah, well, I mean, she's reading a book.
Well, I think it's probably a better option than going back through that weird, creepy doctor hallway.
Let's go inside and, yeah, let's try and get out through the front door.
Sounds like a plan.
Daughters and men, bestest of friends.
Yeah, and,
Warrior of the mind.
creak the door open again, so that we can once more go inside. And then try our damnedest to tippy tap and see if we can't locate the front door or a back door, you know. But you know, I don't think there's gonna be one.
There's one of those outer doors on the on her left-hand side.
On her left-hand side.
Your left-hand side.
Ah,
In
left-hand
the
side.
hallway.
Wonderful.
Yeah, we'll try and tippy tap over there.
You may. If you lean down, you can see through the little round window that it leads back out.
Jackpot. Go into my inventory. Use escape rope.
What? What?
Pokemon reference. Don't worry about it.
I am aware. What's
Are we talking about Cricketune?
Yep.
Yeah. Can we exit the dome, or is it locked?
This is a halfling village. What do you mean? The doors are always open.
Ah, that's fair.
Ah, okay, fair enough. Let's get the fuck out of here.
Yeah. Try very carefully to open the door.
Yeah, you can do that. When you close it behind you, the halfling looks up from their book briefly.
Now it's time to try and sneak as close as we can to Jesus' parents' place before the invisibility runs out.
True.
We got 2 hours.
Yep.
Yeah, but I assume this took. Well, it probably hasn't taken 2 hours, but you know, I assume
3.
this.
The cleric sees you walk out.
Yippee!
I mean, imagine that, like we coincidentally, as you guys come out, we're about to head back. Just gonna look at my friend here and just say,
Next time, for next distraction, you're the one shitting yourself.
I think I'll come up with something that doesn't involve soiling my pants. No, thank you.
Worked, didn't it?
I mean, I suppose it did. Oftentimes, an extreme effect beckons an extreme reaction, so it gets the job done.
Like I told you, you do every single thing that is necessary to get what you need.
Once again, I'm not gonna shit my pants. I'm gonna find that another way.
It's a metaphor. Shitting your pants, breaking your morals. Doesn't matter. You're doing what you need to do for something important, you do it.
I think there can be many things said about that. most of the time, part of a person, a part of what makes a person is morals. If you just throw them away to do something you want to do, then you're nothing better than an animal.
That depends on what you're doing.
Oh, I think it goes for everything. Animals are those who have no regard for anything else. They want to survive, and when that is put into question, they will bare the claws and teeth until they bleed and break their nails, and, well, act like animals because they have no concept of morals or things of the like. Well, some of them. So throwing away everything you believe in just to get something done is no better than an animal.
Let's agree to disagree there.
Makes sense.
Me hoping that any of the invisible people talk to us because we can't see them.
And Douglas is just sitting there, and you see he's basically doing like he's waving his hands in the air in front of him.
Now, do you got some spells I can read?
No.
Well, if we are seeing them, then I will walk up to them and...
We probably return to Jace's house or the parents so that we can just sit down, make sure that we don't get found by any slayers.
Then we shall meet you then.
Very well.
I have
The group reconvenes.
short rested, arcane recovered, and replenished my 4th level spell slot.
There's a bunch of people out on the streets by now.
Yeah, I'm just doing it in home.
I know, just saying. When you guys walk back, there's a bunch of people out on the street now around the town.
That is sick. Dope even.
Nice. Well,
Town has come alive.
and as soon as we're back inside and I can see Tokus and the rest of them and we're indoors, I'll go, whoa, thank fuck for that. Safety at last.
Ah, Jesus Christ, what the fuck?
He'll blink the moment after the invisibility's gone. Oh, well, welcome back. Any issues?
No issues actually. We managed it smoothly, I would even say.
Calling me surprised.
Hey.
See, that's what a good distraction gets you.
I'm good at few things, but majority of them include stealing and skulking. This wasn't, ideal.
Please
Thievery.
tell me you have not committed it first.
Oh, yes, and you'll be very happy. Check this out. And I'll...
He immediately is less happy.
You'll see Yorgrim approve. He's like nods. He's like, yeah.
I'll walk forward and I shall bring out, initially, the... I've written it down as a chain knife. I don't know what the fuck it actually is, but I'll bring out the knife with all the cogs and the, chains basically on it.
You mean a little chainsaw, yeah?
Yep. I'll
Oh,
bring
what's
that out.
that?
I'll put it on the table. No idea what it is.
Blink.
Ah,
Both of
look
you
like
are
you
very
could cut
medically
someone's
under-
chest open with that.
I think that's exactly what they were doing, my smelly friend. I think they were...
Wonderful.
Where did you find this?
Oh, yeah, I should probably give some context. Right. So, after the amazing distraction, great job, by the way,
No problem.
we managed to skulk in, and, well, I'll cut to the chase. There was a room, there's lots of classrooms back there. It must have been used for, I don't know, religious purpose, musical purpose, I don't know. There was another halfling there. Victoria has a better, visual recognition of what they look like, but basically a halfling composing, I think. I don't know, I didn't pay much attention. And then some empty rooms, and then we found one of these classrooms that was repurposed as a surgical room. Surgical table, sterilized equipment, all calculated and neatly organized. This included, as he points to the saw knife. And
Blink.
some other bits and bobs, and I assume that must be where they're doing the weird fucked up shit. So, I took as many things as I could to give, to you guys so that you could figure it all out.
That's very good.
Yeah,
You can make a
thought
lot of money
initially
out of that.
is great. It's also bad. If things have been meticulously placed on a surgical table by meticulous people. Do you not think those meticulous people will know that they are missing?
Yeah. And?
And who do you think they'll come search?
The guy that shit himself. Thanks.
No, the people that show their face for the first time since the beginning of this plague in church. And
That's
suddenly
funny.
things have disappeared. I think even a normal person can make it 2+2.
Yeah, and then when they come searching, they're not going to find diddly squat.
Right, of course.
Also, they don't know where we live.
Exactly. They don't know where
Also,
we live.
I mean, I don't live here. I have a great house, by the way. Fantastic.
Sure. Let's cut to the chase and
Thanks, I think. Just Chase.
Either way.
Beautiful.
So
You
some
guys
sort of
want
weird
something to
instrument.
eat?
it's okay. I'm fine. I'm gonna look through these things and what the hell is that? Looks at a chain knife.
So this weird instrument, which I thought maybe you might have recognized, because it seems like, something a tinkerer could make, so maybe I thought it'd be technology that you are more, I don't know.
We can look at it together. Wouldn't that be wonderful?
No.
I hate that.
And also you're into your, I don't know, weird biological creatures, so pulls out the jar from his bag as well.
Blink.
An octopus.
What the fuck
We
did you
can be
steal?
good friends, you and I.
Well, I don't know. I think it's an octopus.
Well, yeah, okay. An octopus, a weird thing, and anything else that I should know?
Well, I was just okay. So this is my mindset. Okay, so I'll step into the mind of Vincent for a second. So I'm in this room. There's blood everywhere. Surgical table that hasn't been used for at least a couple of weeks. Knife that seems to be able to cut people open, I'm assuming. So here's my idea, right? I see this creepy guy, the doctor guy with the weird mask face, and all of these other weird folk that are around. This guy definitely grabs these people, these precious little halflings, slaps them on his table, gets this knife, he picks it up from the table, gets this knife, and then starts slicing them open, and then removes all of the innards into outards, and then shoves an octopus in them, closes them back up, boom, plague.
No, that's not how plagues work, you see. Plagues are fascinating things.
It's also not a plague, it's a curse. We know that already, so...
That doesn't mean that they are different. Curses can be plagues.
Oh, it's a cursed octopus then. Right. There's got to be a reason why he's keeping octopus. There was several octopi.
I mean, considering what we found out about the whole... what did you say, Toka? Something about being one with the ocean?
Some sea ocean entity, a minor god, perhaps I'm not sure. Old pantheon, I guess. Maybe it's a cult thing.
There you go. Octopus, link. Brilliant. Oh, and then probably actually important, pulls out the journal with the initials JH embedded into it. And among the remains of what I can only assume are belongings to people that he's decided to pick up and then slaughter in his maniacal little surgical room, I'm assuming these are belongings to some of those people. And slap the journal on the table.
I would dare to say that is pretty important, I guess. We have a bunch of stuff to look through. Togus turns around.
Mucus. Give me that little creature. Come on. Give it to me.
Turns around to the
Give me
fucking
that thing.
octopus.
Speaking of important stuff to look through, well, one, I have a sketch, I guess, for Jace's parents to look at later. The halfling we saw in there composing the music. But more importantly, you felt...
Can I see it?
Oh, yeah, he will... throws it to Jace. He keeps talking. He's like, more importantly, though, Togas, you said you felt kind of strange when you read the intestines, right?
Yeah, it's some sort of
What the fuck?
script I can't really put my hand or my tongue on. I know it's similar to Caretaker in a way, which makes me think that the origin is some closely related. Not exactly the same. It's a lot more, less refined, more brutal, almost. Dare I say?
Right. Well, let's just say I basically copied a bunch of stuff that was up on a chalkboard, in that operating room, and I guess I kind of went into some trance while I was copying that down, because suddenly Vincent was done with looking over the room, and I had copied everything.
Yeah, well, you dangerous things, these things, and guess who's gonna run his hand through them? This guy. Well, I would really just start with that first. I guess that would have been good to know. But well, I guess this fucking thing turns around to the octopus. Can I make a lore check? Does this look like a normal octopus? Does he have really just not normal octopus features?
Come on.
Make
Can
me a beast lore check. Like, what do you know about octopi?
That they have a bunch of tentacles and they have a beak and they have teeth, and that's pretty much all I know.
But could I also make a beast lore check and get close to
Sure.
it and look at it? Because
Alright, let's go.
because I'm proficient in beast lore.
Huge! Oh, there you go. Look at this guy.
I
What
was.
the fuck was that sound?
A crit.
No, Ferris was making like a moan.
No. The fucking crit
No.
is the moan.
It
What
is
are you
true.
on about?
It is true.
No.
I
Straight up.
Yeah, I might have made a sound because I was trying to say that I was going to assist someone with the beast lore check, but it's fine.
Yeah, it's great. Man already fucking smashed it. But yeah, it's great.
I mean, you look at this octopus, and it looks like an octopus,
Well, thank fuck for that.
but
Can
it
I-
has too many tentacles.
No, okay, never
It
mind.
also has strange, like almost like a bulgy like pustules on its body.
Oh, lovely.
Can I witch sight this octopus?
Yeah, man.
Are there octopi with venom? There are, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, many of them have it. Yeah.
one of
Is
them.
this
Oh.
with my check? Is this
those
one of them?
octopus venomous or they bite? I guess they are.
Amber just left the room.
Amber just faded away.
He faded away.
You
She
became a
left
lot more
the room.
distant.
Sorry, it was my mic.
But is this one of the octopi that's venomous?
No. It doesn't look like a venomous octopus to you.
Unfortunate. Otherwise, I really would.
Very fortunate, honestly.
Could I make a diagnosis check, seeing all the bulges and knowing that that's probably not normal? I know Toka's making witch sight check. Also, I'm standing right next to Toka, so I want the court to know this.
Yeah, no thank you.
But can I make a diagnosis check to maybe see what those growths entail in terms of disease?
We'll do Toka's first, but sure, yeah, you can make a diagnosis check.
Yippee!
Okay. Yes. You attune your senses to a different frequency, to the ether. There's an almost immediate pervasive sensation that washes over you. Like a wave rolling over the beach, crashing over the beach. Thick and heavy with a stench. of decay and rot. You describe your witch sites as zeros and
It's-
ones, right?
It's tactile. My witch site is very much the witch site of someone that works manually, like a tinkerer. It is like he could feel, it's as if he could touch these things. He doesn't see them or hear them, smell them, but he feels texture, the weight, the shape. There's a lot of things that can be said about something when you have it in your hands, and it's almost like that for him.
If you could hold within your hands and touch the fabric of reality, the fabric of reality would feel like it was quivering, vibrating. It prickles a little bit, the way your skin tingles when something is irradiated. And it sags, like it slowly succumbs to something, to a blight unseen.
Mhm.
Even through the glass of the jar, you feel pulsation, you feel undulation. It's almost as though you can touch this creature through all of those layers. Spongy, damp.
Does it seem like it has? It's like it's looking at us. Does it seem like it has a conscious thought almost?
I would call it purpose, not necessarily conscious thought.
Okay. Well, then I'm gonna do 5 things. First of all, Turk is gonna pull out of his robe pockets a silver chalice, and as he sort of swirls it around, it begins to fill with this liquid, almost this liquid starlight in it. I'm going to cast Prime's Fortune on myself, which also replenishes my first level slot. So yippee for that. And then he'll then grab his Staff of Promised Fortunes and unreveal the cloth around it that basically hides its ostentatious look. And after weaving it a few times in front of the glass dome, he is going to flick. He's going to place a silver coin on top of the dome and very, very gently place the metallic tip of his staff near this very large crystal sphere on top of the coin, and we're going to cast the Price of Memories on the creature in front of me. And
Oh,
I will bend the fates of this ether kindred, and it's going to roll a 2.
Alright, roll output the spell for me.
Of course.
Yeah. Whoa, you have an ability like me, but then it works while the creature's still alive.
Yeah, pretty much.
I have a very cool spell that does something like this too.
Yeah, I know.
Huge.
Now you're threatening the doctor.
Oh no.
What are you looking for?
I want to know where it came from. I'm looking for a memory.
Specific memory?
Yeah, I'm describing. I'm looking for the memory of the first time this creature entered this village, the first time it went and saw these houses and maybe the people, something akin to that.
Okay, so you're not looking for when this creature came to be, but you're looking for when this creature came into this village.
Yeah, I'm not interested in its creation, but I'm interested in the first time it made contact with this village and its people.
You know how I can interpret this, right?
No.
Just go for it.
I have no idea what you mean, so no. That's the honest answer.
How do I explain what it is that I am trying to say? You're going to get 6 seconds of an image that is filtered through the target's perspective.
Yeah.
Of it entering this village.
I guess if I have to be super specific, then I'd like to. Well, I guess if it hasn't been put inside a halfling yet, never mind. I guess the only useful information I can think about is its origin, so I can go back to that.
Yeah, is that what you want?
Yeah, can't think of anything else.
Very well. The coin begins to vibrate in place until it shudders, threatening to jump off of the lip of the jar. That vibration that you felt before, that churning, now enters the air in a low, mournful dirge. For a moment, everything feels inevitable. The inevitability of everything coming to a horrifying end. In rot and decay. But then from within a pile of rot and ruin, you worm your way out. And into dark waters. Squirming tentacles are all around you, brothers and sisters, hundreds all as one, amidst briny waters. And that all happens in just a few seconds. And then, in that final second, right before your vision is cut short, something dark looms over you. In the greenish waters. No. In emerald waters. And a large slit cracks open, revealing a humongous eye. Picture time! Yippee! What the fuck is that, Ferris?
It's a Dalek. Don't worry about it.
Ew. That is gross. Here you go.
Okay.
It's canon.
That's even worse.
But it has floppa ears.
Yeah, I see the floppa ears.
Floppa.
Now, my immediate panic response as a wizard is to scurry the palace of my memory to answer the own question that I just posed myself. What the fuck is this?
What are those?
Can I make a check about this?
What kind of check do you want to make about this?
If I recognize this monstrous creature.
Ooh.
I think I know what it looks like, but now we're gonna go on the surefire option, you know. Better be cautious. I can trade you a very valuable thing that will not happen to me for the rest of the campaign, which is a natural 20 on my portent that I was going to use today for this check.
I see.
You know, I didn't read it in the book once, but I had a vision about this once. Maybe I had like a fourth.
Did you?
Yeah, I mean, I was going to make this check a natural 20.
What are you? That's a good question.
It's an amazing question, honestly. One that I would love to have answered, to be honest.
We will call it a lore Aether Kindred check, even if that is not entirely correct. I don't think there is a lore for this type of creature.
Ancients, maybe.
Sure, you can make it a lore ancient.
Which is not here anymore. It's been replaced by... Actually, it's gone. But, yeah.
I might have accidentally turned it off. Let me turn it back on.
I will roll Aether Kindred because I am proficient in lore ancients. Because Stonkas is a studied caretaker enthusiast.
Well, what the Stonkas is?
It is a 27 in total.
Sorry, DC 30 pathetic.
Well, actually, I have expertise with my gnome, with my artificial. No, I joke, but it is E27. That's as far as I can go.
I really don't like the face on top of its head.
Yeah, me neither. Like the little skull on top, I think it's like a redundant a little bit. My sweet lord ancients, I have you right back with me.
Creature has a lot of. Need to pull out some books for this. Nope. Yes.
Water.
What? Emerald.
I'm just trying to think.
Yeah, I have no idea. Either. I mean, never mind. I kind of, it kind of worries me. Never mind.
Even those few rumors that exist of this creature come from people who have no detailed understanding of it. It is no surprise as creatures this ancient, this humongous, are very rare and hardly intelligible to lesser beings like humans. There are, of course, stories about it appearing, the sound of rumbling supernatural voices, or tentacles breaching through the water. But they can be no more than rumors, as no one ever comes back from the eye of the sea, where the filth grazer resides, feasting on the rotting corpses and filth of humans and titans alike. In visions, you would have not seen this creature in its natural habitat, but rather as a city with cute little houses and rows upon rows along watery canals. Except everybody who lived within the village seemed to be unaware of the fact that tentacles the size of rivers were worming through each and every one of their buildings, spreading throughout the city like a mold. Perhaps such a creature could only come from places like the Sea of Leviathans, if it is that large. But one has to wonder what they are doing in a place like Fafnholt.
Well, they are certainly not in Fafnholt, I'll say that much. So, this language is not Isondea, right? The language of the water leviathans.
No.
Okay. And does it have a name?
This creature?
Yeah.
The filth grazer.
You only know it as the filth grazer.
And it's supposed to be a titan of some sort. I guess that's my
It sure has the
interpretation.
size of one.
Yeah. Yeah, Togus will get out of his trance after the spell ends. And after he cooks up a thought that he already had dreamt in 12 weeks past, don't worry about it.
as he looks at the creature in the jar. Would you say that this sounds a lot like an aboleth? I have had some secondhand exposure to one.
Secondhand?
Yeah, I've never met an aboleth, but I've heard of them. Wasn't it through Halbjorn? Didn't we rescue him and learn about the aboleth and things that happened to him with him shedding his skin?
You mean when he was dying?
Yeah, when you were, we didn't talk to him, but we rolled a bunch of checks and we studied his condition when his body was getting transparent, I think.
I mean, even out of character, didn't we not know? Like out of character, was that not from like a Cthulhu thing?
No, in out of character they met an aboleth. In character, we found him suffering the conditions of being touched by an aboleth, which is, your skin getting transparent and not being able to stay on outside of the water. And Lawrence and I rolled a bunch of checks, mostly I, because he was trying to help him out, to figure out what kind of condition he has and what the fuck happened to him.
He got it from the touching the tunnels, though, didn't he?
Yeah, I was like, I don't think he ever mentioned an aboleth.
No, he was unconscious.
He didn't mention anything. Yeah.
But I mean, like, I don't remember like the descriptions of an aboleth being thrown about.
I don't remember descriptions. I remember that we talked about it, or Amber gave us some notions, because I made a bunch of, well, not a bunch, I made one aberration check. Lore aberration check. I think it was still history at the time.
Yeah.
But aren't we trying to judge it from its physical appearance?
No, I'm just asking Amber if this creature resembles something like the stories of an aboleth, just a big tentacle monster.
I would say so in some ways, yeah.
Right, well, Tokus will stop his trance and then share his discoveries with everyone, and the fact that there is most likely a titan in the Emerald Sea creating parasites that, for some reason, the people that live on the shore that faces the Emerald Sea are scooping up and spreading around.
Well, that's looking fantastic.
As it always is. One fucked up thing after the other. I still have no idea how this connects to a curse that doesn't let people walk out into the sun. Actually, I'm gonna...
But we have a source of something. That's the beginning of finding anything disease-like.
I want to turn around. I'm going to... where is it? Why do I have a liar in this copy? Get away. I'm going to cast my reading light cantrip, and I'm going to try and bring it closer to the octopus to see if it reacts. Basically, I want to see if it reacts negatively to light.
No, it jerks a little bit.
It's like, yeah, I'm not sure they're connected. I mean, they must be. The rituals at the festivity trees, these creatures being in the care of these doctors, which apparently speak this weird language. It's not Leviathan, nor is it any other language that I know of. And I know a lot of languages. But I guess it is a start. I can do the same ritual tomorrow. I don't want to endanger the item itself.
Did you make a...
What's up?
I don't know if you made a check related to the language.
Didn't. I can try.
if I can make a check related to the language. You simply told me some information because I know caretaker and the language is similar, but I didn't make a
Yeah,
check.
but I don't think you made any kind of check related to...
No, I did not make a check. Do you want me to make a lore ancients check? Or
yeah, but I want you to make a lore ancients, history of black hole check.
Oh, do I have advantage? Because I have the caretaker's brain. Stuff. I'll do that immediately. 21.
Once upon a time. Not so very long ago in the history of Blackclaw. Give me that.
Give me that.
Creatures from outside came to the mountain to claim it. Creatures with long tentacles, 3 of eye, humongous of brain. Who developed their own language, which could be spoken and written through these strange symbols that almost allowed one to feel them, to feel the intention of words when the text was touched. There is a temple where many Dreamlanders died that is full of this writing. Oh well.
Oh, well, that's a different story.
But that is as close of a language basis as you can get. A speech spoken by those who traveled to Blackclaw Mountain through underwater tunnels. Deep speech.
Oh. Feels like there's a common factor of, sorry, but I'm from space, and in space you don't really talk a lot, so here's text that speaks. There you go.
Basically,
Yeah, Tuckus will recount this information on the factor of thinking about abolets, or whatever his name is for these creatures. It is definitely something akin to that. It doesn't come from this planet. Like, well, most of the things that we've faced so far, but alas, that's what we're fated to find all the time. What I fail to understand is the connection between this plague and the creatures. I mean, if it's some sort of mind-controlling cult, I would understand, but the villagers aren't mind-controlled. They're susceptible to sunlight. The doctors did look pretty weird, but like the main guy, which is totally not a person, by the way, that guy was fucked up. Like, but not like wounded fucked up, like undead looking fucked up. But I fail to understand how it connects.
Well, diseases, curses. There might be two very simple explanations, really. If you're asking someone that's dabbled in the art a little bit. One, it's a test. Small scale village no one gives a shit about. If you want to unleash something like this and on a bigger scale, gotta test it first, no?
Well, maybe.
Or it's two, to cultivate it. You see, when people are infected with a curse or disease or whatever, sometimes when they pass by people, they grow stronger, larger, different.
I don't think people have these fucking things inside of them.
Oh yeah, but you could create, say that on a biological scale, these things are a test, maybe.
Well, what I envision is that perhaps there isn't a collaboration. Maybe these doctors have found these creatures washed ashore. I mean, after all, this Titan seemed to have produced a buttload of them. Maybe they found them and they're trying to use them for their own means, which is honestly what happens most of the time. But I wouldn't understand what the point of it is. I mean, there's nothing beneficial about these side effects so far. It hasn't rendered the population stronger or faster or more deadly. It's just made them sunlight weak. Which these things aren't. It looks at the octopus, at least for what I know. We haven't really exposed them to sunlight, that's kind of true.
What do I know about Ostoya, Amber?
What do you mean?
Do I know the knowledge that there's vampires there? Like, it's pretty basic, right?
Yeah.
What if it's like an Ostoyan plot? Infect people with the need to only ever be out of the sun. Then Ostoya can jump in and say, "Come to Ostoya," or they can say, "Let's make everything dark."
I feel like Ostoya hates this empire way too much to try and coax its citizens to join them. They'd rather put them at a stake and cut their heads off. Trust me, I know.
I've never been there.
Oh, I've been there for too long. Anyways, it could be. I mean, and I turn to Jace. Do you think maybe it's we should do like a body examination? Maybe like ask your dad if there's any cuts or anything of the like around his body? I mean, they could.
You think they did something to my parents?
Well,
To everyone.
To everyone, to be specific. We didn't really check the body that was left at the tree, but it could be. Maybe these things are inside the people of the village, and it's what's causing the problem. But again, it's supposed to be a curse. I feel like there's another factor at play that we're not seeing.
Yeah, I also imagine that, if people would maybe think twice about the fact that they, had to go to the church and then, I don't know, get put to sleep, and then they wake up with, I don't know, chest feeling weird.
Togus gives you a really look, and then he rubs his temple for a moment and says, "Oh, you're dealing with extraterrestrial titans. You really believe there isn't a simple low-tier magic to put someone to sleep?
No,
and make them think that nothing happened?"
Yeah.
Imagine the possibilities. The new venoms we could find.
I don't think this is venomous. I think these are creatures that probably turn to dust if you stab them, but I haven't made sure. Anyways, the possibilities are two. Either these creatures are causing the curse, or they are the remedy. I think the Mr. Mayflower might have been one of the few people that got cured. I need to ask some people around, but I want to know if he actually visited the doctors during his stay here. Because if there is a third party that caused the curse, then these doctors might actually be trying to fix it, but it's just in a very selfish sort of way by putting weird octopi inside of people that make them not susceptible to sunlight.
We could test it. Let's cut off one of its tentacles.
I think touching it is a lot more dangerous than we believe. We have no knowledge about this thing.
We don't have to touch it to cut off one of its tentacles.
Well, we'd have to open this thing, and you don't know what this thing is going to do.
There. So, let's do surgery. Any of you surgeons? I ain't.
Well, Lawrence is, but I think he's busy praying right now.
Fine. I'll do a medical checkup. Let's go. Fine.
On the extraterrestrial octopus?
No, on the dad.
But he's not here.
But you said they might be inside.
No,
If they're in,
the
they're a living
creature might be inside the person.
yeah, that's what I mean. We do a physical examination to see if there's anything off, but then look very closely. Look, I
mean-
studied medicine to some extent.
We can try. It won't hurt. I think it should
Or
take
maybe it will.
2 days to find the answer. Tomorrow I want to try the ritual again, scry some other memories, and on the third day I'd say we try to expose this thing to sunlight and see if it burns alive.
Let's start with a proper examination, all right?
Well, we have to I guess wait for your parents to come back, says we're in the chase. But we do have other stuff. Togus looks at the table with the journal and the paper.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, well, it looks at Yorgrim. You can handle the journal, I guess.
I take it.
I'll start ritual casting comprehend languages to comprehend what the fuck wasn't that.
Flick it open.
Board.
Is it in a language I can read, Amber?
You speak halfling?
No. No, I do not. I speak Rowlish.
That's right, buddy.
That's a Raoul, buddy.
I look at this. I'm gonna hand it to Jace.
Big brain. Honestly,
Okay.
huge thought.
Jace will begin reading it.
Alright.
And
She
this
just
is the
nods her
moment-
head every now and again. Sometimes she turns the page upside down.
Oh,
And
nay.
while you guys are doing that, I'm gonna take a moment to clean my pants and to take an actual piss.
Joey?
Yeah, I'm gonna go and go do my business.
Oh, we'll comprehend these languages.
I'll also send you a DM.
For the journal?
For the chalkboard. I mean, for the journal as well, but like Jace is reading it, so I don't really need to go through the journal. I'm going through the text that Vittorio took from the chalkboard.
I thought I didn't. Did I describe text? I described diagrams, like anatomical diagrams.
I thought it was text in deep speech. That's why he had his.
I
whole-
thought it was both, but I guess it was only anatomical diagrams. Because I thought, that was the way you said it that made me believe there was.
Yeah, they
writing
felt
as
dizzy
well.
while looking at them.
Oh well,
Me as-
well that as well, but I'm more that I think the wording was something like the anatomical the diagrams, and then something that detailed what had been going on, or like meticulous something.
Meticulous diagrams.
Oh,
So it's just anatomical diagrams.
Yeah, they're just anatomical diagrams.
Okay, well I'll pick them up and I'll slowly go after Yorgrim.
You going to the toilet with
You're
him?
gonna go to
No,
the
I'll just
shitter with me?
wait in front of the toilet.
Okay.
You just hear like literally just someone pissing, and he's just grunting about it. God, this sometimes still hurts, man.
Fuck.
Okay. Good. I open then after a while, I walk back out.
Yeah, Togus is standing there with papers in
Ah,
his hand.
what?
Got anatomical diagrams for you to help me out decipher. I mean, studied that medicine.
Yeah, sort of. I studied studied pathogens and how to combat them. I don't actually know much about the human body outside of it reacts to common diseases and how to maybe apply common diseases.
Well, let us
Like-
sort of understand these then. That's gonna be fine.
Okay, yeah, I'll take a look at him. I close the door. There's probably like a waft of like gross smells coming
Ugh.
out.
That's great. That's just fantastic. Thank you.
I don't know about that one, honestly. Oh, it's fantastic.
I'm gonna take this and I will simply like look through it, inspect it. I know what kind of check I would need to make. Are humans beasts?
No.
Beast lore.
Make a diagnosis intelligence.
Right.
That should work.
Massive.
It is a little bit eerie how much detail someone managed to get out of a single piece of chalk. As the drawings are almost obsessively precise. One of the diagrams holds a humanoid chest opened up to reveal the inner organs. One of the large sacs in the chest cavity. A lung, you know, with this diagnosis check.
Whoa, it's a lung!
Lung! Yeah, yippee!
I've already seen those. I coughed those out once and I had to like put them back in the
Oh
envelope.
yeah, of
fuck?
course, of course, of course.
Alright, those are the lungs. Very detailed.
Different. Yes, correct. They are very detailed, but also they've somehow used so many different shades of like white from this piece of chalk to indicate healthy tissue, but also festering spots and intricate patterns of veins. Things that were wrong with the bronchial tubes, showing some sort of infection.
And do these notes clarify a date from when they were made, or?
These date back. I say taking out my own notes.
This is probably during the outbreak, the first outbreak that happened.
Yeah, I could look up the exact date for you, but indeed they line up with the first initial outbreak.
I'll
Yes.
mention that. Would I,
Yeah.
with that diagnosis check, also be able to match possible diseases or conditions that would lead to such an infection pattern?
Have you made a check about this outbreak before?
Not him.
No, because I'm Jorgrim.
Then you may.
What check would that be?
It would have been diagnosis, so it's fine.
Okay. Do you want me to roll again, or do we just want to do?
No, this is fine. I was just pulling up the notes for it.
Sorry.
This appears to be a variant of a choking disease. They normally start with pretty bad, like, body-racking coughs. Soon followed by laryngitis, people's throats constricting even further, lungs filling with fluid. Gradually, victims become more and more. They become weaker because they struggle to eat, they struggle to speak, they struggle to even breathe. Symptoms progress very rapidly as well, making it so mainly the weakest of your population are taken out rather quickly, so children and old people.
Okay. Imagining that Tokas is probably like 10 feet away from me because he doesn't want to stand next to me, which is
Little bit,
understandable.
yeah.
I'll flip the book around and like point at the lungs. First of all, incredibly accurate. Whoever made this was a craftsman. You could learn from this person. However,
the doctors, yeah.
However, this looks to be a variant of a choking disease. Normally, like I pointed at the lungs, based on the affection pattern here, normally starts with like body-wrecking coughs. Soon followed by laryngitis, lungs filling with fluid, throat restricting, that kind of thing. Eventually they die, and it's mostly to cull out the weakest it mostly culls the weaker population, like it's kids or old people.
Yeah, we did get a briefing about this from the villagers themselves, who told us, similar things, I suppose.
Yeah, well, that's what this diagram shows. The lungs, it shows the infection pattern on the disease of the lungs. I hold it out forward, like,
well, I guess it's not as much of use as I thought it would be. Sort of already guessed that it was some sort of, choking disease, you called it? Very clever name. Yeah, do you know the source of this variant? Do you know what changed?
Would I, Amber? Would I know where it is most often found?
They are found literally anywhere.
It's a very
Choking
common
disease. Yeah, choking disease is marked by its like rapid progression. It is a very quickly mutating disease, which sometimes works well for the disease, but other times, it means what it really means is my brain is like so slow, but also working too fast at some points. What you will often see with choking disease is that it appears rather quickly in a place, ravages everything, and then kind of peters out by itself.
It's a common disease. Kind of pops up, kills everyone, or mostly like the kids, and then it just disappears. There's not really a common source, at least not known amongst academics. I've not been in the circle for like it's been a while, but they malpractice and everything. Well, kind of bullshit, really. But to come down to it, there's not really a known source. It's a rapid mutating disease that can infect very quickly, and if you cultivate it well, it can mutate into very powerful variants.
Well, I guess that is true. Though I fail to see how this can help us in figuring out this curse. And kind of understand it now a little bit better what happened to the village at the start. I think the flu is, the disease is mostly gone.
It's
abnormally
a
fast.
cure.
The disease?
Okay. Let's follow it. Did the doctors come and the disease faded and this popped up?
Well, if they have things about this disease, that's actually pretty strange. Why do they have schematics about the disease if they appeared after it ended? See, Tokus' eyes kind of widen a little bit. What if they brought it here?
Wouldn't be too uncommon.
It could be an experiment. As you said, stench of rotting corpses. He kind of rubs his chin a little bit. Okay, now my brain is going off very, very far. Back on track.
I'm not saying that that's not what happened, but they could have just, arrived and then looked at some of the dead people, opened them up, and that's where they got the diagrams and whatnot from.
Could be
Amber, odd question. With what Farah said, with the diagram that is very detailed, would I be able to figure out if this diagram would be something that you could still figure out post-mortem, or that this diagram that was made with the detail it has could only be made pre-mortem, basically.
Why are you saying this is a vivisection?
Well, that's exactly what I'm asking you. Did someone cut someone's chest open while they were alive to check out what the disease was doing?
There's nothing in this diagram that indicates that the person was alive.
Like that.
This is not
like,
the only diagram, by the way.
Yeah, fair. My question is less about does the diagram show like that the person is alive, and it's more, would I be able to figure out that based on the detail they got here, would they be able to get that detail from someone that's passed away, or would they only be able to get such detail? Like, would it match with what I know about how detailed the diagrams are that are more common about this like vivisection? Because I imagine it's not like the only time people's corpses have been digged open to find out what was wrong with them.
That's true.
Would I be able to see based on the detail? Would it be possible to get such detail if the body was already dead? It's essentially what I'm asking. Would I be able to figure that out?
I would say, yeah, sure.
What kind of check would that be?
You already made the check, like, make you make like 100 checks for this.
Fair.
I feel comfortable telling you that it is possible to make this like sketches this detailed when someone is dead, so long as the body hasn't decomposed, you know, and the structures have begun to break down.
Fair. I'm gonna just I look. It's like, yeah, I might be right. You know, this could easily be made post-mortem.
What? The creepy guy with the skeleton face is a good guy? What?
Let's try, Amber.
He's just a guy with a very like edgy backstory.
Edgy arm as well.
Oh, but my thought was, maybe. I mean, I don't like. I love disease. That's really why I came to the town to begin with. But it was like
I'm a disease tourist.
It's yeah. I'm a doctor. I love learning about it. Technically, I don't have to ask. Amber, when I was in town, was the disease still going on when the doctors came? Like, or was it already done?
The disease was already on its way out.
But it was still there when they arrived.
Yeah, there's probably some people there, like on the.
Okay.
I was like, when I came to this town, the disease was already on its way out. But in my head, what if they tried to make a cure? And this is the effect of the cure.
I think what they're trying to cure is the curse. I think the disease, as you said, if it's such volatile thing and it only kills the elderly and the young, after those are gone, then it's not going to spread anymore. Which lines up to the hypothesis I've made at the start, or, well, I've been brought up at the start, where it simply left this quickly because the village isn't one of the most crowded, and after the elderly and the young are gone, the flu had no one else to attack, and it died out. Then the curse arrived, and we know
There's a little bit of overlap there. There's a little bit of overlap.
Yeah.
Oh, someone was cursed and also had the flu?
No, I just mean like there was a point where there were still people who were sick, and then but people were also cursed.
Yeah, that's what I meant. So the cursed arrived, and people couldn't walk into the sun anymore. But we know of someone who could, and he's dead. And he's hung on a tree, his intestines everywhere on the branches. Now, why would these people, who are trying to find the cure to this curse, kill the only person that is able to walk into the sun?
Yeah, that's a
Really
good
like to study.
question. We really should try and find a couple of those other trees and see if they also have corpses and intestines sprung up there. And you know, if they do, always have a look, see if they. Well, I mean, I'm gonna guess they died in the same way, but you never know.
We indeed will never know. And I think asking about such questions is very important. Why did they kill the only person who we effectively know managed to find a cure or was cured? Assuming these things are supposed to be a cure to the curse, how would they kill its host? Unless the cure was a failure, but we know it wasn't because we saw the person walk into the sunlight. Yet these things, and he kind of looks at the schematics. These doctors, this crow creature, couldn't walk into the sunlight, so it suffered the same fate as the citizens. But also, Douglas pulls out the black feather that he has in his pocket. But also, it's a crow. It's not simply a doctor. It is a creature of some sort that doesn't have as much resemblance to these people as it seems to be. There's so many players in this game.
Yeah, I can't say I understand how those little octopi are supposed to,
Octopuses.
Nor do I. I mean, we could study it, but it would take a long amount of time. We also still need to make sure that, people in this village don't have chest wounds, implying some sort of operation taken against their will. And there's the Jace. Did you find anything from the journal?
He holds it out to you. You can see little sketches here and there of different plants. It's a journal.
About?
Notes on herbalism in the area, plants. Some notes as well about how to what's it called? Possible cures.
So an apothecary. Do you know this person's H?
John, yeah.
Oh, was it the town's herbalist or something?
I don't know. Herbalist, I've only really known, I guess he dabbled in plants and flowers. If we're talking a herbalist, I'd probably say Maria.
Why was this journal? Why, if he's not the herbalist of the town, then why was he working on the cure?
I don't know. Maybe Maria's not around anymore. I mean, I haven't been here in a while.
We can ask your parents when they return, but
We should also vivisect them.
probably not.
No, not kill them, but we gotta inspect their lungs.
Nobody is vivisecting my parents.
Yeah, we are not going to open up anyone. I believe if there's signs of tampering, like a chest wound, that should be enough to tell us what happened.
Well, I'm not suggesting that, but I really want to check if they still have the choking disease.
I really want you to not do that.
Well, I'm not going to. Even though I want to.
Well,
Because I'm not a surgeon, so I can't really. I never studied that.
The only reason I'm not doing it is because I've not learned.
Well, is there a
If
way
I
you
put a
could...
knife in their chest, they're just gonna die.
Yeah, let's not do that. Isn't there a way you can figure it out if the disease is still in there?
Yeah, I mean, if they're not displaying symptoms, that's kind of normally how you identify it. I can definitely check and do ear swabs and that boring stuff. But the easiest way is just to look at their lungs.
I suppose. can't really do that.
We could if you have a skilled surgeon.
We have somewhat of a surgeon, but we don't have people to open up because these people are alive.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. A good surgeon just checks and then ends it again.
Yeah,
Don't
that's
kill someone.
still not a good idea. Well, we know we have some things to check. We checked the journal and we checked the text. You said there were other diagrams, right? Remember?
Yeah.
What other diagrams are there?
There's a diagram of a heart.
Oh,
Ooh.
what is that about?
Ooh, what's that about? Matters of the heart, guys. That's what it's about.
Yippee.
Heart doesn't often get disease besides heart disease, and that's not infectious. So very interesting.
There is a heart shown in cross section with detailed renderings of each of the chambers. However, unlike a healthy one, this one almost appears to be marked with lesions and areas of a strange, almost like spiky, mottled tissues. Someone has taken like great care to draw the veins and arteries, almost like do what do you call it? But those little lines, you know, in the diagrams that normally would have text, but instead they grow almost, they show almost like an enlarged version of the area.
Yeah.
To give exaggerated images of the veins and arteries to show the spread of this strange tissue.
Yeah, I'll point it all out, imagining that I don't know if you want me to make a diagnosis check to see if I would be able to figure out what that tissue.
I need a forensics check actually.
Forensics.
I can-
I'm
I
not
can help
particularly
you
good at that.
Yeah, I can do that.
Yeah. I mean, if I don't know if we like unless you don't want to get close to me. Yogurt is very much allowing like working through.
No,
things
Tokus
with
will
them
get close
around.
to you. You'll notice that his disgust or his like his hesitation is gone the moment he finds something he's interested in. He's like, "Oh," gets
It's not.
close.
I wouldn't call this like natural, so I wouldn't call a diagnosis check for like the type of tissue that you see.
Oh yeah, that's
here.
fair. Like,
I would be
that's
more
complete-
inclined to call for dermatology, but from you, I need a forensics check when you're looking at this diagram.
Oh, okay. So I can rule thaumatology, and he does a forensics then.
Yeah, if you'd like.
Hey, I mean, I also have dermatology, but
But
let's go.
Is the opposite allowed as well then?
I don't mind doing it this way. Like,
All right, then
let's
I'm
just do it
gonna.
this-
I
pull up
asked it because he was doing the initial like checking over the whole diagram
Yeah.
and stuff, you know.
Yeah, I think that's fine. That makes sense.
Yeah, makes sense. I
He was
guess.
scouring for details, and
Roll to the
he
side.
also found that this is not normal, so you can make it.
Bam.
Oh,
Okay,
pretty
that's
good.
not bad. 4 + 4. That's not bad.
I'll go with mine. No, that's not bad. That's thaumatology, but they have the same
Mm-hmm.
modifier.
Correct. Something is off about these veins and arteries. And it is not any type of infection, but rather strange little symbols
Oh fuck!
and tiny little spikes that bore their way through the chambers of the heart.
This shadow steel?
Did someone fucking inscribe a curse in the hearts of these people?
It also sounds like it's shadow steel.
It's a good conclusion that you make there, Tokas.
Yeah, I'm gonna say I know that you need shadow steel to cast curses. Amber,
Yeah.
I have a question
you
for
do.
you.
Mm-hmm.
As I am proficient in thaumatology, and as I have recently acquired a fresh, brand new tome of curses embossed with human leather,
Mm-hmm.
can I make a check about this? And by looking at these runes, which I do have spell script, try to figure out what curse this might be?
You already made a thaumatology check. This is a theology check, by the way, that you made.
Yeah, I said I rolled theology, but I meant thaumatology. It's the same modifier.
That's okay.
But I
That is
guess I did
completely
roll
fine.
already a check there.
It's alright. Yeah, these people are cursed. Something quite literally weighs heavily upon their heart. Although it is hard for you to tell whether this is actual shadow steel or... How do I say this?
Because it's that drawing, like a black and white drawing.
Yeah, it's like hard to tell whether there's actual shadow steel or it's something else entirely. Forensics check. You notice something else in there as you spend some time like studying these diagrams. You feel that sense of being pulled in by them, Yogrim. The one that Vittorio felt as well. And you soon realize why. Because apart from the literal like arcane sigils that are inside of these people, someone else has at a later point worked some other sigils into the background of these diagrams. Barely noticeable at first, but most assuredly hidden there between the folds of chambers in the heart or the bend of arteries. Insignias designed to invoke blessings. But certainly not of any Darlene.
Any chance we could figure out whose blessings these might invoke?
I think we both know whose blessings these might invoke.
I think we all know whose blessings these are invoking.
The Filgrazer.
They don't tell a name though, right? Again.
No.
First of all, with that theology check, do I recognize the curse that has been cast? Is this a known curse spell?
It is not a known curse spell.
So I can't recognize it.
Magnificent! Look in the page!
Tokus will look in the page and start pondering. Now,
It doesn't have any of the markers of like... I call them arcane sigils, right? But like arcane sigils come from like a natural source in some way.
I mean, yeah, I understand. It's like they have the same purpose, but they aren't arcane sigils in the sense that they
it wasn't
don't
like
belong to
someone
our
went out of
language.
their way to write like a curse and then cast a curse. But they serve the same purpose as arcane sigils.
Okay. Now my second question with that thaumatology check is, can this be done without literally opening someone's heart and like writing inside of it?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, to jog my
Between
memory.
you and me.
Oh, sorry.
Between you and me, almost all magic is by its very nature. No, we'll say almost all. We can't say actually. Almost all magic by its nature is blood magic.
Very,
The
very.
vampires of Ostoya gain their magic through blood.
That is true.
It's literally blood that is almost encoded with magic that then carries said magic over and into these people.
Mm-hmm. So this is the similar thing?
Yeah. These curses inherently change the physicality of people over time.
Over time is very worrying. My next question, because I lost count, is the language or the text used for the curses similar to the ones used for the blessings invoked? Is this also deep speech, the curse?
No.
Okay, so we still have an unknown...
It is halfling.
Oh, fucking hell. That's... I hate that.
What if it's the priest that did it?
Oh, why?
You know, maybe either she went crazy, or maybe at one point she's like, "Yo, our god abandoned us, and now we're punishing people for it." It's like, didn't the village already start to abandon the god before?
The goddess was
That is what my
abandoned.
parents said,
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, that was out of character, because otherwise I would do in a very raspy coffee voice.
I thought you were just tired of it.
I mean, what if it's the priest that did it as a revenge scheme?
How does a halfling priest learn a curse of this level, of this magnitude, and specifically of this not human origin?
I got like by someone telling them it.
Like who?
We did get a lot of travelers, but
Not just
It's
not
not
just
just
travelers.
travelers. This is out of this world. None of this
Yeah.
spell script is human.
What about gods?
How does it? Why would a god teach her a curse?
To do the exact thing the villagers think it did.
but what if it wasn't like, it wasn't actually Darlene, but just someone pretending to be Darlene?
That could also be it. Look.
Why would someone want this?
Well, let's say you're a priest, right? Let's say you're the archpriest of a god, and this village forsakes it, spits in their face, essentially. And you're getting desperate. You want this god to be worshipped. They're real. They're important to you. So what do? You find a plan to make them worship.
But it hasn't worked. People still abandoned Darlene. They are not praying to her. Actually, now her temple has been desecrated by a bunch of people following a titan of the ocean monster. So I think it did
Because
the opposite.
once you finish using a tool, what do you do with it?
You put it away and you wait for the next
Put
time.
it
you have to use
away.
Yeah.
What if the Lodge was right and it was actually the humans and they're doing this to break us?
Why would he want that? We have to think rationally about this. This isn't...
I am thinking rationally, Tokas. What if they think that we're being too recalcitrant? And they're just trying to push us down now by hitting us here?
They wouldn't do it in such a way. I mean, we have seen plenty of blood and violence. The war clan of Malagant sometimes kill each other. There's plenty of cultists in the countryside. You could easily hand wave it as the Weeping Pox and then just wipe the entire village out. Why make it last this long?
Also, they protect you, the humans. They send the quarantine.
They're slayers that protect you from monsters. If they wanted, really, to just wipe out the entirety of Thornmire, why Thornmire, to be honest? They could have simply struck Peafield. If it was a logistical operation,
what does it matter if it's Peafield or Thornmire or Hedgerow?
Well, it matters a lot. If you want to destroy the small folk, as you said, then you hit P field first, and the central lodge in P field is gone. And now everything is a lot more disarray. There's not going to be any more help. Unless there are other lodges much further away, meaning that chances of people like us to sneak in would be even lower. And if they wanted to wipe out people, they wouldn't simply go with this. They could
I didn't
release
say wipe out people, Tokas. You need to think a little bit like deeper about this. It's not about just murdering a bunch of people.
Then what is it about?
The only thing that we have, which is it is our good spirits. The
Why
only
would
reason
they-
that we haven't given up.
Why would they want to break them? I understand that, humans aren't the most kindly races in this planet, but no one
That's an
does.
understatement. I'm sorry.
No one
She says to everyone bigger in the
For
room.
some reason.
No one does things for pure spite. Everything always has a reason to happen. The crazy fucking priest that was about to blow up the entire mountain and kill hundreds of thousands of people did it for a very specific reason. Even evil has an explanation, and there's more than one explanation here.
There
If
is.
this- If this was an attempt to break our spirits for some unknown reason, they wouldn't do it up like this. There's no need to go in such a roundabout way. Especially
Maybe
for
that's just
people.
what they want us to think.
I don't think they would care about what other people think. They labeled it as a weeping box, meaning they were sure that no one would come in. At least people with good sense, because whoever has a bit of good sense wouldn't come into a village with weeping box because they'd catch it too. So they were planning to make sure that people stay away from this place. And it's lasted this long because their objective is not to simply break morale. If they wanted to do that, they would have done it in another way. You saw your parents, they adapted to the nightly life. This isn't a way to break someone's morale. It's
Step one.
I think it's deeper than that. I think it's not the Empire, but perhaps someone else. I mean, it could be the Empire, but there's too many pieces on the chessboard for the reason to be this simple. We have an initial flu that killed both the elderly and the young. We have a goddess that people don't pray to anymore. A curse cast by a halfling, or someone that knows the language. I would wager mostly a halfling. We have a cult of a sea titan, the sea titan and its progeny being brought to this village, and prayers of union, of some twisted mockery of folklore festivities, and of people that cannot walk into the sun akin to vampires.
This is so wonderful. I mean, interesting. It's very interesting.
I'm gonna look at Jace and say,
Your name was Jace, right?
That's correct.
If they are trying to break your spirit, you know what you should do? You really
What?
want to know what you should do? Fight them. Not physically, not mentally. Beat the shit out of them.
That is physically, yeah.
No, not physically. It's a mental battle. And you want to know what you do in a mental battle? You win. Whatever it takes. Because otherwise you lose yourself. There's only one thing worse than dying. And that's losing yourself.
Well, I can say that we are winning. We've been here for 2 days and we know more than what I thought we would learn. We have the puzzle pieces. Now we just need to know how to put them together. We have a rough understanding of some things, but I don't think we know of all the players in this game yet. I mean, we might, but there are some things that we still need to discover. Some
I mean,
reasons.
then we do it like a puzzle, right? We have all the pieces. You start with the border and then you fill in the insides.
That is
All
what
the way
we
to the
have
center.
to do. Yeah. One piece at a time. And try to
Well-
understand the bigger picture.
Like, can I have the diagram? I need to keep it. I want to see if I can find it. Give me a moment.
Of course.
I'm gonna take the diagram. I'm gonna take like basically what looks to be like a book, like the book I pull out of my actual fucking skin.
Love that.
And I'm gonna just like scribe at it, like look at it, and I'm just gonna scribe it.
Okay. You may do that.
I will do that. I'm spending my time. It's very detailed. While the rest does their thing.
So where do you want to start?
Well, there's a halfling, for some reason, being kept inside the church, and there is a priest that seems to know more than what they want to let out. There could be more, well, people.
Now, speaking of the halfling that's being kept inside the church, did Vittorio show the picture?
Yeah, he did. To Jace.
Oh, did he? Oh, yeah.
To Jace,
I
yeah.
showed it to Jace, but then we did other stuff, so it kind of got forgotten.
That's okay. I can tell you who that halfling is.
Who is it? Been before
This
that.
halfling's name's actually Mark.
Oh, it's me!
It's Mark.
It's actually his name's actually Mark.
What is Mark? Who's Mark in this village?
Mark was a choir master, a teacher.
So it's the second clergy person that we've heard of so far in this village.
Yeah, he's kind of like a clergy person. He teaches children how to sing, and basically also the halfling equivalent or the Darlene equivalent of like Sunday school.
All
But
right.
you know, a lot of children died.
Were the walls of the church made of stone?
Yeah.
Good. Anyways, Togus ponders that.
What strange thing to say.
It's not gonna be strange next session. Don't worry about it.
Me melding into the fucking wall.
Me making a 5-foot hole inside of the wall. Yeah, Togus ponders that for a moment. Well, we've got the following individuals: a crow creature with black feathers that killed the only person that could walk in the sunlight. The crow itself can't walk into the sunlight. Very important thing to know. Maybe they were also victim of the curse cast by another halfling. Then we have the person that could walk into the sunlight, Mr. Hayflower. He managed to somehow overcome the curse.
I remember him.
What kind of person was he?
We grew up together. I mean, quite a sad one, if you ask me.
How so?
Well, he, his mum, died in 893.
Oh.
In the, well, you know.
Yeah, I'm acquainted.
Then his dad, one day just packed up his stuff and walked into the woods and just never came back.
Yeah, that sounds tough.
So, you know, he wasn't just Mr. Riverflower, he was, his name is, or well, I guess was Benjamin.
Well, I think we should go visit Benjamin one last time. I might have one more thing I can ask of Benjamin before we let him rest. And, well, I'm sorry. With the rest of the individuals, we still need to talk with the priest. We have to ask her what she knows and somehow pressure her in telling us about this curse. Maybe rescue Mark. I could get him out right now if we want, but I'm not sure about whether he wants to or not. The doctors, which seem not human. I mean, the main doctor was not. I can tell you he was not human. The other ones, even worse. My hypothesis.
I mean, I'm not human either, and neither are you, so, like, you know.
Humanoid, maybe that's a better term. I think the doctors may be under octopus control.
very wild to say, but
What?
they didn't look normal, like, you know, people with will.
Oh, okay.
There's the trees with the prayers. I feel like it's too on the nose, you know? If these people have been praying for union with their sea monster titan goddess, apparently, it feels logical that they've been trying to meld together with their progeny in some form of absolutely disgusting biological sense.
Mm.
Maybe that's what they're experimenting. Maybe they've been... I smelled corpses in the church. I smelled the scent. Maybe they are experimenting on the corpses of the villagers who died during the flu.
And you don't forget, we haven't explored the other doorway yet.
We have not, and we may as well try that. But that's beside the point. Those are the people that we need to look into. A crow guy. Back to Benji. Was he?
Benjamin.
Benji, thank you. The priest, we have Mark. I'm not sure we should talk to the doctors too much. That might be a bit problematic.
I mean, do you really think we should question the priest? I mean, I get it, but
I think we should.
she was the one to curse everyone.
Well, I don't think she did it out of malicious intent. As you said, if it was someone that, if it was Darlene or someone that acted as Darlene, then she was simply a follower obeying the commands. But she must have morals herself. I'm sure she doesn't feel great about this. We can try to talk to her. Nudge at something. We don't need to basically put her at gunpoint and say, tell me everything, you know? But we can try to make some pressure about her morality and hopefully, you know, the priest of a goddess that preaches about love and light and sunlight feels some remorse about the things that she's done if she did them.
Oh, and if she really doesn't tell us anything, we could always, you know,
Leave.
threaten her.
Yeah, very true. So just pack her things and get out of the door. Yep, exactly. Next. Well, I suppose asking the villagers if Benjamin has gone to the church is a first. If he went under some sort of procedure before running out of the village into the sunlight, then it could connect it closer to the thought that maybe the cure for this curse is indeed these tentacle creatures. But we'll know more from Benjamin himself.
I should, I mean, if you guys are going back, then maybe I could go into town and talk to Maria and, you know, tell her that happened to Benjamin. I mean, if my parents didn't already talk to her.
I'd still like to check out your parents.
Only
Yeah,
from the
but
outside.
no
No.
vivisection.
No, I can't do that. Like I said before, I need help.
Yeah, I mean, maybe you do need a little bit of help, but like...
Not like that. I'm perfectly sane. I mean, I went mad for quite a while, but you know, that's over.
Oh,
now.
but you're all okay. I'm glad you're all better now.
Yeah.
I'm not sure about that.
She gets it.
Yeah, totally. Sure. In terms around the Jace, are you sure you're gonna be fine?
Why wouldn't I be fine?
Well, you know, we're in a village with people that burst into flames when they get out into the sunlight, with creepy undead doctors and octopus monster creatures trying to control mankind.
Well, as my parents said, as soon as you walk into the boundaries of the village, you're already cursed. So, like, what worse can happen to me? Honestly, I'll stay out of the sun.
Please do.
Okay.
Well, that sounds like a plan. And Douglas flips 1/6's coin into his hand. Time to use this bad boy again.
I'll follow your lead then. Let's go.
Yeah, well, should we venture out in the night? Doesn't feel like a good idea.
What do you mean that's daytime for these people?
Well, yeah, but the guards are more high alert, and maybe there is someone at the tree right now. He says, kind of repeating himself halfway.
Well,
I suppose we could go out.
it's been a while since I was out of the city. Really, that's most of the thing I want. Just
Yeah, I was about to say, if I'm going to go out, I should probably do it now.
That is true. Well, and I turn around to Vittorio and the other two people. You guys down for an excursion right now?
I think that's a silent yes. That's
Ah,
how
you-
most of those guys operate. Every time I ask, they kind of spit on me.
Oh, that's terrible, actually.
Victoria's just kind of been, I don't know. Yeah, he's been staring into nothingness, I suppose.
Damn, buddy, you okay?
I don't know, is he? But when you Jace mentioned his, well, first he doesn't react when you say his name, but then when Sean starts talking about, silent type, he's like, ready for what?
Did you not hear that conversation?
Which part?
Oh, well, the last part. Are you okay, Vittorio?
Yeah, I guess so. We were going somewhere.
Yeah, are you feeling warm? Maybe a little tired around the throat?
Feeling tired around the throat.
Well, tight.
Asking if you have the coughing sickness. Choking sickness, sorry.
Suppose that's the point, yeah?
I mean, I don't think so. He takes a very big inhale and then exhales.
Well, you haven't coughed. That's somewhat good.
Coughing doesn't mean anything. Could be something stuck in the throat.
Yeah, that's so true. Alright, well, I turn around to Jace. If you gotta go, you gotta take these, and I'm gonna put up a hand on her. I'm going to cast a bunch of spells now.
Okay.
I'll cast Mage Armor to begin with.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to cast Prime's Fortune as well.
Mm-hmm.
Which gives me back my first level spell slot. And then I think at third level I can do. No, not that one. I guess instead of third level, I'm just going to cast it through the staff. I'm going to cast Thought Shield as well.
Ooh, show me.
Ember?
Okay.
Ember,
Yeah.
quick question. How does it work with how I acquired Bobby to get Bobby back?
What do you mean?
If Bobby was to die, how would I get him back? Because I know
Like,
I got
find-
Bobby through, other means.
I mean, he's basically just a find familiar.
Yeah, so it's 10 GP for the ritual, I guess.
I mean, if I actually need to spell that
You need to burn 10 GP of garbage.
Oh, no.
trash
Yeah,
can.
I can
In a
do
trash can.
that. I'll go to Jace because she's doing a mission that we need, and I'll pull out Bobby.
Mm-hmm.
And so at the moment I pull him out, the entire room smells horrible. And I'll
It's
pull
a
him
miracle this
out.
man managed to stealth past anyone with this fucking stench.
Well, I never stealthed past everyone. I was literally here when we got closed in. Didn't need to.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna hold it out to Jace. Here, take it.
What am I supposed to do? What?
Okay.
Uh,
Two things, Jace. I trust you with Bobby. He's probably the best friend I have.
I
You
met
are-
you today.
Yeah, but see, being my best friend isn't a very big status symbol. So the moment you're in trouble,
I will remember that.
Throw Bobby at your enemy and say boom.
What?
Togus has a horrified face on the side.
I look at Bobby, say, Bobby, the moment she throws you and says boom, don't say that word since now. Kill yourself.
Bobby looks at you with his little eyes and he goes, understood.
Good love, Bobby. Good love, Bobby.
With a low tier god, kill yourself.
Literally.
Okay, that's number 1, Jace. As long as you don't need to throw Bobby away, you can. I'm gonna grab. Is there anything small here?
There's plenty of small things all over this house, just basically basic
I'm gonna
houseware.
grab something small, like a little, like a match, maybe, like a match.
Yeah.
See, Bobby. If you say, tell Bobby accept. Bobby, listen to me now. If this woman tells you accept, absorb the thing she gives you, if it fits. Okay. So when you do that, take this little Lucifer and just. I literally grab Bobby and I just put it in, and you just see his flesh kind of like suck the item in. When you say release, Bobby, if she says release, let that thing go. Like this. Release, and you see him put his fingers into Bobby and just pull it out. Yes, he's a little good boy.
He only makes his telepathic laugh in your head, by the way.
That's fine. That's fine.
Love him.
they wouldn't. This would not make me any crazier, so it's all good.
Echo. It's just echoing in your head.
Here you go, Jace. There you go. Have Bobby.
She looks at you, Tokas, and then she looks at Yogrim again. She takes the thing on her hands.
Casting fucking overlord level spells on
She's
her,
holding
like,
this
anything.
fat mushroom thing in her hand. She's like, thank you. I think.
I'd like to imagine it does it acts like a cat and just kind of nuzzles, but it's just really gross.
It's kind of cute in like a very strange way.
See, she gets it. It's adorable. Bobby's very sweet.
I suppose it is. Can you read spell scrolls, by the way?
Yeah.
What kind?
Any? What do you mean? This is Baldur's Gate 3.
Oh shit, I forgot. Sorry. Here's my first level spell scroll I got from defeating Kaga the Druid.
Oh, nice.
I'm gonna give
Did you
her.
go to like the shadow druid thing, like at the swamp?
No, I
at the
skipped
tree?
that quest. Very boring.
Oh well, I
didn't
thought you were going back to the tree now, so like you can still do it if you
I'm
want.
to go back to the Druid Grove. You're not gonna sell my items. But
Oh,
you can take this
understandable.
for now. I'm gonna
Say
give her.
hi to Halson.
Oh yeah, I'll try. I'll do my best. I'm gonna give her a scroll of Palestone Analect Polymorph, a scroll of Unseen Servant, and a scroll of Tensor's Disc. And then I'm going to give her a potion of Hail Giant Strength.
Did you already copy Palestone now, like Polymorph?
No.
Mm.
I'll hand these out to her and say, okay, cast a bunch of things on you. It should help you out. If things go dire quick and you can't get out, use this one. And I point at the weird, not parchment scroll made of some Faux polymer leather made 100 million years ago. Again, use it only when you're in peril, you know. I mean, I guess, you know, you understand. This one, if you need a distraction or something like that, you can use this one instead. You need to carry something heavy, you can use that one. You need to carry something heavy yourself, you know, there's a potion, you can take it. Gives her a potion. I don't
She's just got her arm full of fucking things right now, including the fucking fat burster.
I do have an Obelix oozling that I guess can help you out.
She like puts everything. She kind of like juggles the things around in her arms until they're all in like one, like in like captured in like one arm pressed against her chest. She puts a hand on your cheek. I'll be okay, Tokas.
You sure you don't want the Oblex? I mean, it can like devour memories.
What am I supposed to do with an Oblex, you guys?
Well, it can eat memories, from other people. If you kind of like, in wrong place, wrong time, just Men in Black them,
I don't know what Men in Black is, Thokas.
Oh yeah, you haven't seen the movie about the super secretive.
What the hell's a
Thaumaturge?
movie?
Oh, it's this really weird thing where like they flip like a book, but it has illustrations and the pages go really fast, so it kind of looks like the images are moving. And I saw this kind of flip up when I was back. Oh, there was.
I mean, they do this with pictures, but like I've never seen one like Men in Black.
Oh, it's like a thaumaturge thing, the thaumaturge, like the circle, like they're supposed to be like these wizards in black robes and like these masks that erase your memory and you forget that they were ever there.
Okay, well, I don't think I'm going to use this oozling for that, Thokas. I can't carry all of this.
That makes sense. Yeah, that I understand. Just be safe, okay? And if you hear a ringing or like a pitch in your ear, that means I'm trying to talk to you, and please accept the message or I'll get very panicked. And then there'll be a giant alligator running through the city, which we both don't want to have.
Of course.
Good.
Let's go.
Yep, let's set out to the tree and talk to, well, our friend, I suppose.
Alright, you guys go through town again?
Yeah, we can walk through town. And, well, I guess mostly sneak. I'm gonna normally walk a little bit.
Let's say
But-
I do not sneak out.
Yeah, we can try to not act suspicious while the rest of the
That is
people have.
charisma skulking.
Also, I'm gonna go back to dexterity.
Be suspicious, don't be suspicious.
Be
Amber,
suspicious.
weird question.
don't
Would
be
I need to make a skulking check because I've been here?
No.
Like I'm not actively trying to hide.
You're just
I'm
that weird
walking.
guy.
I'm just like
Not one weird guy,
Like I'm the guy that literally like hides under children's bed, and that's like a story where it's like no.
Well, it's not a children's story because all the children are dead, so
Oh yeah,
rough.
fair. It was also children real life, with those sick kids. I was actually under their bed,
Oh, Jesus fucking Christ.
observing, writing.
No wonder they all died. Alright. In that case, you guys go come a bulk through town.
Boop-a-doop-doo.
Skjonkama
I love the idea of Vittorio skulking.
Look, as a hat, kind of has to, Oh, I'm so warm. But yeah, I'm gonna cast water breathing before we leave on everyone, so we can breathe underwater and do our little trip under the ocean, under the sea.
Alright. As you go and sink under the water, you hear the yip 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 in the background, no distance away.
Can't believe it.
And you guys go burble, burble, burble. And leave Jace there.
Ugh. Panic ensues.
And so you guys tread through the water. And get back out on the other side. And begin to dry yourselves up. Squeeze out the water of your clothing if you don't have water with weakening clothing, because this is going to weigh you down a lot.
I have a 6 spell that dries things.
I do so too. I do too.
Sick. It's just Vittorio then.
I can try and do.
But first, Vittorio is going to cockneyel your tracks, so...
Cockneyel. Oh, thank you, Victoria, for cockneying our tracks.
Go ahead. Oh, I see it. 14. Yeah, you can conceal your tracks.
I mean, cockneyel.
Vittorio is such a fitter in. Except if there was charisma still. In which case, it would be 0, because he stands out like a sore thumb. Wow.
Not because he has
ambush
6 charisma, of course. Don't worry.
Just like a cat. I am ready to jump on its prey.
Say what?
It doesn't matter. Vittorio is like concealing your tracks, like leading out of the water and going into the water, and like when you get out on the other side, leading away to the place as well. After a little bit of like recasting prestidigitation over and over, you manage to get the heavy wetness out of your clothes.
Yippee!
And you guys can move along. As you guys wander through the woods in the darkness, there is a sort of quiet contemplation, I guess. People going over the various little puzzle pieces that need to be brought together. Vittorio has been kind of silent this entire time. So has Lawrence. He hasn't said a word. We all wonder how Zarius is doing. He's been very very quiet.
Yeah.
I mean, Zarius has been the opposite of quiet. He's just not been here.
Yeah, he's
Talking to a sexy man. He's having the time of his life right now.
Jesus Christ.
But the contemplation is kind of undercut. With a low, sonorous thing that is barely audible at first. Like the wind whispering through trees. But then it rapidly grows in pitch. It doesn't just cut through the silence, it pierces it, it shreds it, and it echoes through the landscape, through all of the surrounding areas of Thornmire. An ethereal wail. A melody filled with so much anguish and so much despair that you feel a tug at your heart, as though it stopped beating for just a moment. And it originated from town.
God damn it, that one time we decided to leave.
You guys have just, like, dried yourselves off.
So immediately
Down by
back
the
to the river.
There's a single moment where the wail fades, and there is a heavy, oppressive silence, as though the world itself is holding its breath, waiting for the next move of the Stargazers.
No, I don't want to do.
Will they get back in time?
For what?
Jay sure hope so.
Fucking the one time I say, be careful.
I'll be fine. Find out next week on Stargazers.
No! Oh, I just fucking said, be careful. Oh my lord.
And I was careful. I was just gonna go talk to someone.
I've been away from
I mean, audibly, that was not Jace's yell, right? I mean, I wouldn't recognize it as Jean, but I hope everyone else would.
No, she's not a fucking eldritch abomination that can cut the silence in an entire region of the map. Pretty short.
Most of the time, yeah.
It might. What if it's the fucking? Was it the wife that she wanted to go talk to?
I mean, on time. Like, if this is Jace that got into a fight, whatever we do, we're too late.
Hey man,
Look, if this
she's
is
an
undead,
adventurer.
Yeah, fair. But if this is an undead, I gave her false hope. My guy that explodes definitely won't help her.
I gave her a 4th level polymorph scroll, which I hope she uses. She has a reroll with a spell that I cast, and another 2 spells I cast, and she's an adventurer. So a round or 2, or maybe a little more. Maybe she can run, which I hope is what she's fucking doing. And my best guess, the woman that she was going to talk to, which was probably Benji's Benjin, I think it was Benjin's wife. What if she wasn't a dead? Because it sounds like a wraith ghost kind of thing.
Wait, if it's a ghost, what if Jace just aged 40 years?
Well, I fucking
Oh,
hope
that
not.
would suck!
I fucking hope no, man. Halflings only live 30 years. As you know.
What?
Yeah.
Did you say halflings only live 30? Jace is 30!
Yeah, she's they're dead, man.
She's already dead!
Yeah, she's the kind of like sugar mommy kind of deal. Where
Cougar.
She's a cougar,
Man,
exactly.
I so don't want to end here.
Yeah, I'm so fucking. I don't know what's happening. What if it's a diversion and shit is happening at the tree?
We're not splitting up.
No, we're not splitting up. Like, I'm going back into the village, but holy fuck, am I wandering? This might be an undead. This might be, like the wife that Jace was gonna talk to. That, you know, tell her that her husband's dead. Or maybe it's the parasite. Maybe it's a fucking octopus that they put in their wife, that she got this like super emotive strain, and this fucking tentacle thing was like, yep, time to fucking venom. God, just fucking hope we get back in time.
Thank you very much for being here.
Yeah, thank you for hosting.
Correct. I love that comment in the chat. I love the philosophy exchange on right and wrong. It puts me right in the mind of Sir Terry Pratchett. Every world spins in pain. If there is any kind of supreme being, I told myself, it is up to all of us to become his moral superior. Sounds like something Lawrence would say.
Yeah, for sure.
No, he would say, I hate that stinky troll, kill him.
I think that was said in when we discussed the fighting, I guess.
Mm-hmm. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.